And welcome, folks, to the Batavia Muckdogs at Dwyer Stadium, where they'll be taking on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks in just a few moments. As we look today on this very, very hot and musty afternoon, it is warm up here in the press box, and it's warm out there on the field. But Batavia, baseball is back. We had a 2-day break on the 8th and 9th, and then the 10th. The away game at Olean canceled due to surrounding thunderstorms. So that places us back in Batavia at Dwyer Stadium to get baseball back underway here for your Muck Dogs. Again, good evening, folks. My name is Grayson Natale. Alongside me, color commentator Jarrett Campbell. We'll do the same thing that we do all the time. Jarrett, how are you doing today?
Grayson, I'm doing really well. I'm really excited for this game because it's going to be a story of base running. Jamestown is first in the league, while Batavia Muckdogs are third in the league right now. We're going to see a lot of stolen bases today, and we'll see also who lasts longer. It's a very humid day, and these are two very base-aggressive teams. We'll see in the 9th inning how the teams are feeling with this humid weather.
We're definitely going to have to be a test of that, but not only are the players, but us as well to a point. If we really just think about it, it is steaming here. If we look a quick moment at the weather, you can see here in Batavia. Okay, that can't possibly be right. I was going to update it. It should be updated, but we're going to do a more accurate description here. Is our weather ticker? No, our ticker is correct. It is 76 degrees or 75, but right now with the heat and the humidity, it is making it feel a lot hotter than that, more around the high 80s. But again, it is a scorching one here, nonetheless. Purely with the humidity, is that's what everyone always tells me and reminds me that it's all about the humidity. But enough about the weather. Let's get to your starting lineups here. As we look at that, your Muck Dogs, starting off, Jalen David, Jeremy Ramos, and Evan Brock, followed by Grant Moore, CJ Dugan, and Eric Weeks for the Tarp Skunks. Moving on for the Muck Dogs, that's going to be Jackson Inman, Glenn Brooks, Cooper Romick, and Luke Rubinski. For the Tarp Skunks, that's going to be Blake Herman, Paul Dulanto, Justin Bremner, and Jaquin Rodriguez Costa. And rounding things out for the lineup, it's going to be Jacob Vesco, James Quintero, and Braden I. And for the Tarp Skunks, Branston Lindquist, Matthew Dumas, and Tito Kiefer. And on the mound for the Batavia Muck Dogs, Matt Marsh. And for the Tarp Skunks, Tate Johnson.
And Grayson, two players to watch out for on the Tarp Skunks and the Batavia Muckdogs. For the Tarp Skunks, Grant Moore. He has played every single game. He's batting .467 with 11 stolen bases. But on the other side, Jeremy Ramos, he's played 2 games right now, but he's been absolutely hot, batting a .600 batting average. He's looking to do the same thing he's been doing for the past few games. And Jamestown, another team that's got a lot of players with like heavy batting averages. They cannot walk these batters. They got to go batting versus fielding in this game today.
It's definitely going to be an interesting one. Again, these two teams have met before. Just over, I believe the date was, yes, I'm correct, the 3rd. Again, my mom's birthday on that one, but that was the one where we went to extra innings. We had to go to the 10th inning. Where Jamestown lost the game, won the game in the extras after coming back being down 1 run in the 9th, got it to tie it, sent it to the 10th, and scored the winning run 7-6. But we'll be right back for the national anthem. Again, fans, welcome back to Dwyer Stadium, where it's very common to have our broadcast to start the season so far for the Muckdogs. They've only had 2 away games, that being in Elmira to open the season opener, of course, and just a few days ago on the 7th at Olean, where again they were supposed to have their game yesterday due to the surrounding thunderstorms was preemptively canceled. Never actually had the rain, I believe, down in Olean. I was out in Niagara and I didn't see much over there. I know it's a little more north than Olean, but still didn't see much. But besides that, that one canceled as well. But right now, Muckdogs coming in on a 2-game win streak. And we'll take a quick look at Jarrett's thoughts before we get away too far ahead of myself, should I say, as we look at the key takeaways that Jarrett has planned for us for today's game. We'll get that up in a second as we have a slight delay with the ticker.
One thing we could definitely say about that Olean game, well, we got it right here. Keep the scoreboard clean. Right now in these early part of the games, we see a lot of high-scoring games. Right now, in terms of Matt Marsh, he needs to start off high. He needs to get the momentum going early so then they can get the game going. Control the bases. They are 3rd in stolen bases and only got caught stealing twice. Right now, they got to keep doing that, especially against a team like Jamestown, who is going to be doing the same thing as them. Defense reliability. Right now, we haven't seen a pitcher that's had a very good strikeout game. They've had a lot of pitchers that make balls in play that lead to good fielding mistakes. Or fielding plays. Sorry, folks. They got to keep that up, though, especially in this game against Jamestown, where they will absolutely destroy you if you make mistakes. And then keep the streak going. 2-game winning streak. They have 12 games coming up. This game, they can kind of go all out because tomorrow they have the Buffalo Diesel, who is a team that's not in the league. So today they need to attack and get the win tonight.
Exactly, well said, Jarrett. But now we move on to the actual game. Again, to remind you, we'll look at the defense one last time for Batavia. Here it is on your screen. Matt Marsh on the mound. Cooper Romick as your catcher. James Quintero rounding things out, starting things out for your infield, followed by Evan Brock, Jalen David, and making his debut today for Batavia, Jackson Inman. And then for the outfield, Jeremy Ramos, Glenn Brooks, and Jacob Vesco. So, again, people in familiar places for today and just one new face. Again, that being Jackson out over on 3rd for the Muckdogs.
And Grayson, Marsh's first game was against Jamestown, and he kind of struggled at the start. He walked like a lot of batters. But then in like the 2nd and 3rd, he was starting to heat up. But by the time he was starting to heat up, there was a lot of runners in scoring positions, so they had to make the call to pull him. Today, he's looking to get a little bit of a redemption and hopefully have a good outing tonight.
Again, Matthew Marsh standing at 6'2", 195-pound junior left-handed pitcher. Currently in the transfer portal from Mineral Area College. It's his first pitch for the game. It's going ball 1. As a Cardinal, Marsh appeared in 9 games, posting a 3.95 ERA with 33 strikeouts across 32 innings, while batting a 2.79, 12 hits, and 1 home run. Is that one? Starts things off right for the Muckdogs. 1-1 count. Again in the box for Jamestown, Grant Moore. Number 2, their center fielder for today.
And Grayson, if you want to set the tone, this is a guy that you want to get out. He's arguably the best hitter on your team, and if you start with either a grounder or a punch out, it really sets the tone for this game going forward.
That's swing and a miss, so 2-2. That's what Jamestown is trying to do, but Batavia is trying to do them one better. Get him out. Like you said, Grant Moore is the only Tarp skunk to start and play in all 9 games so far. Marsh on the deal. That one's in the dirt, so we've reached full count on the first at-bat. Payoff loading. But he's had 30 at-bats, 16 runs on 14 hits, 3 of those being a double, a triple, and a home run. 22 total bases. So he definitely has experience in the box. Payoff incoming, and that is in the dirt for ball number 4. So with that, Jamestown gets things going with a walk.
Oh, Grayson, I would 100% be expecting a steal right here. He is right now first on this team with 11 stolen bags. He is constantly the leadoff man for this team, and he loves stealing bags.
Now up, C.J. Dugan. Right fielder for Jamestown, donning the number 39. Marsh on the deal. That one inside, knocked down by the catcher. Leaks out to the left side, but still able to keep it in range to prevent the steal that you were mentioning there, Jarrett. Count now, 1-0. CJ and pick off attempt. Nothing there. That one sent over to short. Toss to second. Maybe a double play. And they got it. Muckdogs defense coming out of the gate strong here. Getting the double play quickly. That one sent over the shortstop. Again today, that's Jalen David. He's found a comfortable place over there. Able to toss it to second and get the play out at first. Following that, Evan Brock on that throw to James Quintero. Double play for this defense. That's how you correct a wrong easily and early in this game. Marsh on his deal to the third at bat, that being number 6. Eric Weeks, the second baseman for Jamestown. That one 1-0, or excuse me, 0-1. That one outside. 1-1 count. Again, 2 outs following the double play.
Grayson, this is going to become a broken record, but this is another batter that is batting a 300 average. Jamestown has a lot, and he's played 6 games, and he's batting a 333.
That one sent over the second base. Not able to get in front of it is Evan Brock. That one leaks out to center field, and that's going to be a single for Eric Weeks. Just found that gap between the shortstop and second base. That's always what hitters look for an easy single, is if you can land in that gap, because if it comes off your bat hot, pitcher doesn't have that long of a window to make a reaction. If they do, it's an incredible play, but able to send that one, leaked out to center field, and easy single for Weeks. Blake Herman, number 18, third baseman for Jamestown. That one fouled off, so 0-1 count. Blake Herman, close. It's the pickoff attempt at first against Weeks, no good. But close and Grant Moore played in all 9. Only starts 8, though. So, I mean, only is a strong word there. 24 at bats, 7 runs scored, and 8 hits. That one brings on the heat. Can't find the box, though. 1-1. Like you said, Jarrett, though, they have a bunch of hitters who've been able to at least register more than 10 at-bats. That one, chopped down the third baseline. That's going foul. So 1-2 count. But again, Jarrett, like you were saying, multiple players on their team with at least 10 or more at-bats that have a batting average above 300.
Yeah, Grayson, and fans love home runs. Blake Herman is one of the 3 players on this team that has hit a home run right now. So, set the tone, get a punch out here. Let's go into the bottom of the first.
1-2 count. Marsh to deal. Pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, and that's the K Marsh was looking for early. The tone has been set by the Muckdogs. Can they do it on the opposite side batting? We'll see when we come back from our first break. We'll see you then.
Hey man, welcome to Whole Life. How you doing?
What is this place?
Oh, don't worry. It's the best gym you can find in the Batavia area. Open free weights at any point, anytime. Don't forget, this gym is open for 24 hours. Don't worry, if you're not even just trying to use weights, you can use calisthenics as well. But again, official gym of your Batavia Muckdogs for a reason.
Where do I sign up?
Don't worry, let me bring you to the front desk.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
All right, Dewey, what are we thinking here?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Are you guys all set?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, what can I start you with to drink?
To drink, can we just get 2 waters, please?
Of course. And then did you decide on your meals?
Yes, we are ready, aren't we, Dewey?
Wonderful. What can I get for you?
Can we start with the Alex's Cut?
Of course. All right.
All right.
What else can I get for you?
Dewey?
Ribs?
Dewey will take Alex's famous baby back pork ribs.
Fantastic.
Try Alex's Ribs at Alex's Place, the official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
And welcome back to the bottom of the first here. For the defense for Jamestown, we're going to do a quick look at them before we get things going. Again, that's going to be Jalen David to start, Jeremy Ramos on deck, followed by Evan Brock in the hole. But quickly looking over the Oilers defense, the scorebook slightly cuts that off, but nonetheless, Tate Johnson on the mound at catcher for Jamestown. Paul Dulanto at first. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, second base. Eric Weeks, Blake Herman at third. And short, Tito Kiefer. Left field, Matthew Dumas. Center field, Grant Moore. And right field, CJ Dugan. As we get that graphic just in time for the first pitch against Jalen David. That one doesn't catch the box. That's going to be ball number 1. 1-0 count. Jalen David, your shortstop for today. Jalen David has been one of the consistent spots for Batavia. Again, 6 starts through the 6 games. 21 plate appearances, 5 runs, 7 hits to his name. That's second for the team. Has a triple and a double. That one sent over to the third baseman. Hot off the bat. Dropped it. Willie able to get it to first. And there's the out just in time, beating out Jalen David on that one. I want to rock it off the bat. Unable to grab it in one go is the third baseman.
Grayson, Herman also went straight down, put his body on the line on that one. He did not want that ball to get past him. Took in the chest.
If you can't use the glove, find another way. And that was using his body there. Able to get in front of him, prevent anything more from the Muckdogs. But now up, Jeremy Ramos. That one goes for strike 1. Left fielder for today, Ramos leads the team in batting average, clean .600. So far, 2 games played, 2 games started. It's back-to-back for him. That one sent over to center field, deep. But it's right towards the center fieldman. That's going to be an easy snag for Jamestown. 2 up, 2 down so far for the Jamestown defense. Batavia trying to prevent that. That was just saying, Jeremy, 2 games played, 2 start in the past 2 games, 5 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits. So far, strong in the hitting department in his growing career for this season for the Muckdogs. But now up, Evan Brock, your second baseman for tonight. Evan Brock, is that one? 1-0 count, it's no good. Ball number 1 leads the team in batting average with at least 10 or more at-bats, if you consider that. 5 games played, 5 games started, 17 at-bats, 4 runs, 8 hits. First in team, that one. Swing and miss, 1-1 count.
Grayson, he is also second on the team with RBIs. Only person that's ahead of him is Jalen David. So this is the guy that you want at 3-hole. It's just unfortunate he's got nobody on base.
No, he actually does lead the team. He has 7. Jalen David has 5.
Oh, Glenn Brooks.
That's total bases. Two-one count, following the ball. Deal there, Evan Brock sent that one between center right. Who's got it? It's going to be called by the right fielder, and he's going to get that underneath his glove for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Batavia offense. Jamestown responds quickly on their side of the end. Right now, we'll quickly move to the second inning. Paul Dulanto, Justin Bremner, and Jaquin Rodriguez-Costa for Jamestown to get things going for their starting 3 to open the second. We'll be back after this.
I'll take 1 million beers, please.
Nah, man, we don't have that. Here, try this.
What's this?
This is beer from Eli Fish, the official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
That's unbelievable. Thank you.
No problem, man.
I have what he had.
Oh, didn't see you there. Welcome to the YMCA. Let me show you around. They have free weights and machines here at their state-of-the-art gym. They also have open courts here. And after all those activities, you can come to the pool and cool off. Remember, folks, you can find all these activities here at Glow YMCA, Genesee County Branch.
Welcome back. We see a few questions in the comments, so we'll take a quick look at the schedule here. Coming up tomorrow, they host Buffalo Diesel. Again, that is a 7-inning game due to an out-of-conference play, followed by Newark, Niagara, then at Niagara Falls, at Geneva versus then Auburn on the 17th, and then Thursday at Olean for a doubleheader following the rain delay. That's where the game has been rescheduled. Again, that is June 18th, Thursday at 5 p.m. Instead of the normal 6:30 doubleheader, and because it's a doubleheader, that will also be reduced to 7 innings. And we'll get back to baseball after that schedule read. We're at the top here. Top of the second. Quickly, a first inning for everything. It's a 1-1 count. Ball and a strike, or foul ball, should I say, for Jamestown. Again, that's in the box for Jamestown. Number 4, Paul Dulanto. Catcher for Jamestown. That one too low for Marsh. 2-1 count. Looking at it from the Jamestown perspective, Paul Dulanto, again, one of the hitters above the 300 average. He's gone 7 game starts, 7 played, 21 at-bats. That one fouled off behind him. So 2-2. 4 runs, 7 hits, and a double, including a home run. So far in the lineup, this will round out the 3 home run hitters for Jamestown over division play. Again, these stats all come in within the division, so any out-of-conference games, those stats do not count towards what I'm reading. So if you see any discrepancy from what you've seen in past games to what I'm reading, just know that as a heads up. But nonetheless, that one goes for ball number 3, full count, payoff pitch loading. For the first at bat at the top of the second, Marsh to deal. Check swing there, and there's the strike 3. Just catches the outside box. Marsh making sure there's no walk there.
Marsh right now doing his job to perfection. He's setting the tone. Last game, again, couldn't get into that strong start. This game, he is in that strong start right now. Now he can play with a little bit of control.
Now up in the box for Jamestown, Justin Bremner. That one in dirt, 1-0 count. Again, the 1 out, like you said, setting the tone. That's what Marsh did. Had the payoff. Decided to make it strike 3. Marsh to deal here for the second pitch of this at-bat. That one fouled off the first baseline. Straight over into the stands, I would say. If it came back overhead, not too sure where it went. But again, that's not my job to go find the baseballs. 1-1 count. Marsh the deal. That goes for strike two. 1-2 count. Marsh finding his footing. Again, Justin Bremner is your designated hitter for tonight for Jamestown. 250 batting average. One game started. This is his second now. That one goes for ball number 2, 2-2 count. 4 at bats, no runs scored, and 1 hit to his name. So still looking to get things going for his career as a Tarp Skunk, for this season at least. 2-2 count, Marsh on the deal. That one swing and a miss. Throws it to the inside off that pitch. And able to bring up strike 3 once again on his own doing. That's 3 in a row for Marsh, dating back to the bottom of the first.
And Grayson, that was a beautiful curveball. Those are the kind of pitches that you need to be in the ground or else they get absolutely crushed. That was a really good pitch for Marsh.
That one inside towards the batter, 1-0 count. Pitch drew inside off that. Wasn't able to get it over the plate. This pitch, that one paints the bottom left. 1-1.
He's looking like Bob Ross right now painting these corners right now, don't you think, Grayson?
Hey, you got that reference from me. I already used that one. That one sent over shallow center field. Jalen David has to back up, and he's going to make the snag. That's 3 outs. Just like that, Batavia keeping tempo and keeping it steady here on defense. We're already heading to the bottom of the second. Lead things off with Batavia. Jackson Imam making his debut. Glenn Brooks, Cooper Romick to follow through on that. But for now, we'll stay on air for a little notes from a few sponsors. Go Health New York. Has your child been tested for lead? The only way to know if your child has lead poisoning is to get them tested. All children should be tested at ages 1 and 2. Talk to your healthcare provider or the lead poisoning prevention staff from the Genesee County Health Department at 585-344-2580, extension 5555. Buy a blood lead test for your child today. For more information on transportation to get tested. From Mental Health Association, Wellness on the Go, WNGO offers mobile mental health supports through Medicaid managed care plans across Niagara, Genesee, and Orleans counties. For more information or to make a referral, call us at 585-345-0448. And there's one thing now is gets Jarrett hyped up. Tully's hitman of the game, Jackson Inman, is tonight in his debut for the Muckdogs. You have anything or any feelings about that one, Jarrett?
Grayson, we haven't had Tullies in a while. I'm really hoping he gets a hit today. I think we're on a 2-game streak of no Tullies.
We'll see if that comes true. That first pitch goes for a strike. Jackson Inman, sitting at 6'2", 200-pound sophomore infielder from Salisbury University. Returning for his second season as a Seagull, Inman batted a .376 last season, recording 47 hits, 10 home runs, and 46 RBIs across 78 total games. That one going for ball number 1 on this count, 1-1. Right now, looking at these teams, Batavia, that one swing and a miss, so 1-2. Batavia, though, in terms of team statistics, hit by pitch, they ranked third. So they're not uncommon to taking one to the shoulder. Not trying to prey on these guys getting hit, but sure seems to be a common theme. That one, swing and miss for strike 3. So that brings up the first out for Jamestown, and the first strikeout for Jamestown's pitcher, Tate Johnson. Now up, Glenn Brooks, center fieldsman. For the Muckdogs defense tonight, Glenn Brooks, so far in the season, .316 batting average, 5 games started, 6 played, 19 appearances at the plate, 8 runs, 6 hits to his name as that one ball 1 and goes towards the dirt and rolls back to the backstop. A double as well and a home run. In the most recent game against Olean, able to hit it to the left field. Again, Olean, we mentioned that one. That's a very unique stadium in size. That one sent over to center field and able to make the snag. Center fieldman for Jamestown, Grant Moore. Fortunate location for Glenn Brooks on that hit. Grant Moore, I almost didn't even see him take like two steps.
Grayson, what I was going to say was Glenn Brooks is our stolen base leader. Was really hoping to see him on bag. It was a very unlucky play to hit to the center field. Brooks for Jamestown so already gained some action early in this game.
Right now up, though, for the Muckdogs, Cooper Romick. Catcher for tonight. Cooper, third in the team batting average, .385. That one too high, 1-0 count. 4 games started, 6 played, 13 appearances at home plate, 5 runs, 5 hits, 4 RBIs on 5 total bases. Like you were saying, though, Glenn Brooks does lead the team. Stolen bases, that being 8. That one goes for strike 1. That's a 1-1 count. If we look at Cooper Romick, he's got half of that, but that's still good for third on the team, that being a total of 4. Has not been caught stealing yet, so he's perfect out there in base running. Deal there, that one fouled off. 1-2.
Grayson, he's also third in batting average. I don't know if you mentioned that. It would be really nice for him to get a hit here in this situation to get a runner on.
Off the 1-2 count to keep this inning going. Prevent it from being 2 quick innings for both teams. The pitch, that one, sent over the shortstop, and it's going to hit grass. That's going to be a single for Cooper Romick. So does what I say, keeps the inning going for the Muckdogs after a single. Luke Rabinski, your designated hitter for tonight, donning the number 4. Has an above 300 batting average, .333 repeating. 2 games started, 2 games played. 6 at bats, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 RBIs along with that. We'll see as that one goes for a ball blocked down by the catcher. Doesn't get by, but in the dirt. Mentioned how Jamestown had 5 hitters who had at least 10 at-bats above. That one, sent over to second base, straight to him. The throw to first is going to be on the money. So that's the 3rd out for Jamestown after the ground out. Right now, 1 runner left stranded on base for the Muckdogs, but nonetheless, the score still reads 0-0, heading to the top of the 3rd after 2 quick ones. We'll be back after this.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Who are you?
Fans, if you get hit with a foul ball, don't call our insurance.
Why is no one doing anything?
Call UMMC at Rochester Medical Center for help.
Should have called him.
We reach the top of the third here at Dwyer Stadium. Again, your matchup between the Batavia Muckdogs and the Jamestown Tarp Skunks underway for their second face-off of the season. Dating back to June 3rd, Jamestown again took the win in 10 innings, 7-6, able to tie in the top of the ninth, and were able to take home the win by scoring the extra run in extras. So a lot of extra for Jamestown right now, trying to keep the news from spreading that far. Marsh, first pitch, fast one, gets the swinger to swing. Hey, batter, and that's strike one. The batter for that, Branson Lindquist. Extra hitter for Jamestown, donning the number 45. Branson Lindquist, 294, batting average, 6 games played, 6 started. 17 plate appearances, 5 runs, 5 hits, 2 doubles. Leads the team in RBIs. That one going for ball 1 down near the dirt. That being a total of 10 RBIs on the season with 7 total bases. Also, not a great metric, but leads the team in strikeouts. That being 7. That one. Now we move to 2-2 count following that pitch. Another interesting number for him. He leads the team in 3 categories, and the other one being stolen first. Swing and a miss. So forget stealing first. No, drop strike 3 for you. That metric isn't moving anytime soon. And another K for Batavia. And especially Matt Marsh. That's 4 on the day so far. Marsh deals and catches the low end of the box. Batter Matthew Dumas showed bunt for a quick second, pulled back. Still got the register of the strike, though, is Marsh. 0-1 count. Pitch here. Fouled off behind. 0-2. Looked like it nicked the umpire. He looked at his elbow real quick. Quickly down in the count is your left fielder for Jamestown, Dumas. Marsh to deal that one fast, right back at him. Over to the plate of second. The throw to first, not in time. Well played, though, to see it through, but again, just not in time. That one, Marsh, it was right back at him, straight up the middle. Marsh was still getting out of his windup, though, so didn't really have time to react to a low ball by the dirt and just hop, skip, and jump to second. By the time it reached second, Dumas was about to reach first.
Yeah, and Grayson, one thing to really say, usually your 9th batter is kind of like your best feeling kind of player that maybe isn't hitting well. Well, Dumas is batting 364, and he also has 9 stolen bases. He's also second on the team. He's the kind of guy that can get a hit, get on base, and maybe steal a bag so then the top of the order can hit him in.
Tito Kiefer in the box. And that one, following the foul ball, goes for ball 1, so 1-1 count. Marsh, pitch, too high. Again, Marsh being a left-handed pitcher, again, one of the few that has the ability to make direct eye contact with the first baseman, James Quintero. Two-one count following that one. Last pitch too high. Hopes to lower it down to find the box. Marsh stare down. to home. That one too low. 3-1 count.
Grayson, to give like a little prediction, I would really like to see him test him with the fastball here and maybe try to hit it into a double play in this kind of situation.
Let's see if you are Houdini. That one chopped down the third baseline, and it stays perfectly fair. Oh my gosh. Able to sit on the grass so it doesn't have a chance to roll in the dirt and maybe sway its movement. Just almost like a bocce ball. Bounces a few times, just rolls in the grass and comes to a standstill.
And Grayson, to be honest, that's something that you can't really judge because it's not a bunt. It's a kind of situation where they're trying to swing. And he's a pretty fast guy. I saw him sprinting over to first. So the best thing was to do was to hope it maybe rolled foul. Just got really unlucky in that situation.
Now we reach the top of the lineup. That one gets behind Romick. Stands up with the ball, but decides to hang on to it. Now we have advancements of the runners. 2 standing in scoring position for Jamestown. That being Matthew Dumas out on third, and Tito Kiefer now in second after the pass ball. Grant Moore, though, again, as I was saying, starts up the lineup for Jamestown. Had a walk in his first at-bat. Grant Moore is dangerous here. 4.67 batting average. 7.33 slugging. 1-0 count. Marsh, the pitch. That one sent foul, 1-1. This is one of these at-batters, or not at-bats, but batters that Marsh definitely had in the lineup and had circled or highlighted or whatever you want to call it. He knew this matchup would be very, almost game deciding the few times that he would reach him. First one went for a walk that didn't amount to nothing. But Marsh, the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
All right, Grayson, they need to take the momentum here with this pitch. Right now, you have the best batter at the plate. If you strike him out, it's a very good momentum shift, especially with C.J. Dugan coming up, who hasn't really hit in this season. Hit it well this season with a 118 batting average.
Marsh to deal, and that one caught over at third. Jackson Inman able, do it in style, kind of just hop, skip, and a jump. Held out his glove, and the ball almost just gravitational force straight to it, able to make the snag and keep it clean so far. One more out away is Batavia from keeping the score at 0 for Jamestown, but C.J. Dugan now has the chance to say otherwise. Marsh the pitch, that one inside, almost grazing Dugan. Dugan, though, wants 118 batting average. So this is a matchup that favors Marsh to be able to close it out. But again, never underestimate any sort of batter in any of these situations. Marsh to deal that one. Able to get out of the way is Dugan once more. Able to hit a little Michael Jackson shuffle and hit say that was like Smooth Criminal kind of lean. But we'll see so far.
Grayson, you're only saying that right now because the movie's now on streaming services. I guarantee you that you're probably going to watch it again.
I didn't even know that. Sounded like an advertisement there. Come on, we don't have them as a sponsor. I wish, though. That one inside again, dropped. Able to stay in front of it, though. The count moves 3-0. That'd be a cool sponsor, though. Lionsgate. Producers of that movie. And now a little mound visit. Even Coach Skips is coming out here.
Well, they also have the trainer coming, so something might be up. There was one pitch where he kind of like was limping and he kind of like pushed himself all the way to the grass. I wonder it might be something in his leg.
I'm not exactly too sure. But again, we do remind you that are injury timeouts and reports. Brought to you by United Memorial Medical. And Marsh seems to be walking towards the dugout. So that will end his day so far. Able to reach the third inning and get it up to 2 outs.
Yeah, Grayson, to be honest, now that he's walking out, I can't really tell what his injury is. Hopefully we get an update later in today to maybe give the fans an update on Matt Marsh.
We'll see if we do, but for now, the Batavia Muckdogs turning their attention to closing out the top of the third. We'll be able in just a moment to confirm who is coming out of the bullpen to get things going, to finish things out. Again, actively using my binoculars as we speak. Trying to get a number. It's going to be 29 for the Muckdogs, that being Jack Page. To get things going, to close out the top of the third for the Muckdogs. Again, I repeat, Jack Page stepping in for Matthew Marsh. Seemed to walk away with an injury as the trainer did come out, able to walk off under his own power. Just get to see if more word on that information later in this game. But again, Jack Page now out there on the mound. Jack Page, standing at 6 foot, 160-pound sophomore right-handed pitcher from Westminster College. Across 2 seasons with the Blue Jays, Page posted 118 strikeouts, 1 save in 23 appearances. Again, we remind you of the situation currently. 2 outs. Runners, second and third. A 3-0 count.
Yeah, and Grayson, Jack Page has pitched 2 games so far. He's got 9 strikeouts right now, and he's kind of looking like he was more kind of like a bullpen guy. But he's looking to hopefully start the game right now. He's got 3rd inning in, so you're kind of looking for maybe like 2 to 3 innings for him. And then hopefully you can bring in your bullpen arms that can help keep this game 0-0. But first, they got to get out of this situation.
Exactly right. Just trying to avoid the situation. He is only 1 ball away, so it's unique because you're not getting a fresh at bat here. You're coming in the middle of an at bat. Again, that being number 39, C.J. Dugan, is a 3-0 count as it stands. So you do get the breathing room of first base not being occupied, so it's not a bases loaded situation, but still not a great one at that. Following, if a ball does come up, C.J. Dugan will load the bags, and Eric Weeks will step up into the box. As we mentioned about Eric Weeks, he's not shying away from swinging the bat with a .333 average. So just interesting predicament to be thrown into the fire following an injury to Matt Marsh. But here we go as we resume play. Again, reminding you, Jack Page out there on the mound. Number 29, right-handed pitcher from Westminster College as a sophomore. the music out of the way here. 2 outs, 3-0 count. Play ball once more. Here we go. That one catches the box, 3-1. So this at bat continues. Page trying to move this to a full count. Pickoff attempt at second. Good snag by Jalen David. Last thing you need there is miscommunication and a possibly avoidable error, but none there. Well executed for the pickoff attempt. Three-one, Page to deal. Strike 2. And he finds the payoff. Being effective in his first 2. 2 strikes in a row if he makes this a third. That pitch. Drops it! Comes in. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And that's what you talk about this Batavia bullpen. Being able to come into these tough situations and able to get it done. They do it there. And that's a tone setter that you mentioned earlier, Jarrett. Right there. That's what you're talking about. That's going to get things going for the Muckdogs.
And Grayson, that was 3 straight off-speed pitches. Looked like sliders. Got the inside corners. You gave me crap about the Bob Ross one. He was looking like Pablo Picasso out there. What'd you think about that one?
There you go. For now, we'll step aside as we move on to the bottom of the third. And welcome back to the bottom of the third here at Dwyer Stadium. We'll do a second look at the weather, able to get that off in the start. 73, so now I'm believing the ticker a little bit more. It just feels so much hotter because of the humidity. And it's what I always hear, it's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. And that would stay true. I wish that we'd get wind gusts able to cool us off. Everyone here, the fans, is the one gift out was actual fans to cool all these fans off on this very musty and warm day here at Dwyer Stadium. But we're moving on to the bottom of the third here. In the box, number 99, Jacob Vesco, right fielder for today. That one, first pitch, sent sky high into the infield. It's going to be called by the third baseman over by the mound, and he makes a snag. Stumbles over the mound almost, but able to still make it. Didn't even get to read what I wanted to say about Vesco, but I'll go ahead during the quick change here. Jacob Vesco batting a 1.25 so far. 3-game start, 4 games played. Has a home run, so tied with Glenn Brooks in division play in that retrospect. A hit, 2 runs, and that hit being the home run, but 2 runs scored as well, over 8 bets, 3 RBIs, and 4 total bases so far in his hitting career for this season. But now up. We'll move on from Vesco to James Quintero, first baseman for tonight, number 16. James Quintero batting a 2.22. 3 games started, 3 games played. 9 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits. That one sent over between center and right. No height on that ball, so that one's easily able to get down and quick. Or, well, decent height, but I would say no height on a ball that usually goes into the outfield. And when you send a stinger like that, It's definitely going to make contact with the grass, which it did. It's always what you hope for on an outfield hit. James Quintero now standing on first. So there's a boost to the numbers.
And he's also starting to really make a name for himself. He didn't really start in the first few games, but then he played in Niagara against the Niagara Falls Americans here in Batavia. And he started to make a name for himself. He's made very good plays in first base. And he's also making contact on the ball. He's now starting to play pretty well to earn a spot playing first base.
Right now, Braden I in the box, your extra hitter for today, that being number 17. Braden I, 158. Is that one outside? What? Okay. 0-1. I totally disagree with that call. That's something where I'm going to say. I totally disagree with that one. But nonetheless, we'll look back at Braden I's stats. 19 total appearances at the plate, 5 runs, 3 hits, and 2 RBIs off 3 total bases. Stolen 2 bags as well, including one of those being towards first. So a lot of people on this team have been able to steal first, that being a total of 6. No one's stealing home just yet, but still quite a few numbers. That one sent over to second base, off the hop, scooped up, gets the out at second, the out at first, not in time, and that's going to be safe for Braden I. So that'll bring an end to the bottom of the order. We're back at top. Jalen David, your shortstop, as a reminder for today. Now back up. 2 outs is the situation, 1 runner on. Braden I standing on first. Deal here registers the box, so 0-1. You can see the big cloud coming in over us, trying to avoid any sort of rain delay here. Pickoff attempt, no good. Take a quick look at the standings right now on my piece of paper in front of me. For the West Division, Jamestown Tarp Skunks lead the division at an 8-1 record. So only 1 loss so far. Pickoff attempt, no good. Back-to-back pickoff attempts. Jalen David still awaiting his second pitch. Jamestown loss against Olean, 11-1 back June 2nd. Since then, 6 straight. Including Batavia, that one. No good. Ball number 1 dropped by the catcher, able to stay in front of it. So Braden I doesn't go, but 2-1. Excuse me, 1-1. That one fouled off behind David. Count moves 1-2. But again, that run from Jamestown, 7-6 against Muckdogs. Again, that being an extras, 10. Newark, 10-6. Niagara Ironbacks, 2-1. Niagara Falls, 13-5. Olean, 15-11. And Niagara Falls once more, 6-5. So many close games as well as blowouts. That one sent over back to the pitcher. Shortstop not able to get in front of it. That's going to be a single for Jalen David. Able to get by the pitcher. Shortstop for Jamestown. Tito Kiefer put the 1 glove down off the jog over it. Not able to find its way into the glove. Rolls by him to center field. That's going to be a single. And now 2 runners on for the Muckdogs. Back up Jeremy Ramos. Again, one of the hot hitters so far for this team over the past few games. We'll see if that streak continues here. This would definitely be a place where they want to see that continue. Get 2 runners on, 2 outs. That one sent over to right field. And that's going to get down, hits the wall, and there's 1 run in. That's going to be 2 and a stand-up double. As I say it, he must have heard me.
And Grayson, sometimes that first pitch is usually the best pitch. He took it and drove it to right field. That is a perfect spot to get your runner all the way from first to home. This team has wheels. That's the kind of spot that you got to hit if you want runners to go from first all the way to home.
That's 2 runners in for the Muckdogs. That hit going all the way out, hitting the wall. Does not hit the warning track at all. Made contact with the wall. The first sponsorship out by there on the right field wall next to the foul pole. So just hugging the foul line was that hit, but it still brought in 2 runners. Now up, number 11, Evan Brock, following his fly-out attempt earlier. Strike 1, 0-1. But that's 2 runners in, and your Muckdogs are on the scoreboard here in Batavia. The deal, swing and miss. That one in the dirt in the opposite batter's box. Catcher able to stay in front of it. Right now, Tate Johnson, though, just trying to get out of this inning. 1 runner in scoring position for Batavia, again, that being Ramos. That one outside, well outside, over in the opposite batter's box once more. 1-2.
Grayson, going back talking about Jamestown, one weird thing that I always look at when doing research, it was that 11-1 game lost against Olean. That's one of those games where I wish I was in the stands watching that game to really wonder what happened in that game.
1-2, that one sent over to short. Jumped over it. He's remote. He's going home. The plate. And it's in time. That's going to be an out for the Muckdogs. Ramos able to jump over the ball that went right towards the shortstop. Acrobatic play. Evan Brock on that hit sent it straight over into the right on the grass. Became the dirt. Able to jump over it was Ramos. That one went over to left field. Got sent home. And the throw from left field was in time. Catcher on the tag, that being Paul Dulanto. Able to apply it and end the things here for, the bottom of the 3rd. We've now reached the top of the 4th between Batavia and Jamestown. We'll stay on air for this one. Jarrett, take me through it. You had a lot to say. I believe you got a lot more here after you saw everything go through.
Yeah, going off to that last play, it was very unfortunate because in that situation, Ramos actually tripped going to the home plate line. If he didn't trip in that situation, we could have had a very interesting play. Because he tripped, he couldn't really dive to maybe make a play to try to avoid the tag. He just had to stand up and hope to avoid him. But if he didn't trip right there, we might see a 3-0 game, and the bats would still be going right now. But they do have momentum for Jack Page to come in. Don't forget, Matthew March came out with an injury, but Jack Page came in, got the runner out, and now he's going into a fresh game with no runners on base. But he has momentum with a 2-0 lead for the Batavia Muckdogs.
We'll see if what you all said there comes into play and in effect the future outlook for today's game. Again, Batavia Muckdogs leading 2-0. They're being able to put up 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Now we move on to the Jamestown and their starting 3. Eric Weeks, Blake Herman, and Paul Dulanto. In that order, Eric Weeks will start things off. He recorded a single for Jamestown in his first go. The team's their first gone through of the starting lineup. In terms of hitting for Jamestown, again, each team within this league playing a severely different amount of teams. That one falls perfectly in the box. Jack Page continues. That's 4 straight strikes for him. He was able to record the save. I say that. Not really record the save, but I would say that as a save for that inning. If you could give out saves for an inning, I would say that there. He was able to prevent Given the situation, 3-0 count and two runners on, both in scoring position at second and third. Definitely, I would make my own little stat and be like, saves by inning. Check Page. That one sent in between second and third. Over to the left fielder. Able to get in front of it. Not able to scoop it on the first go. Able to get it on the second. Jeremy Ramos keeps it to a single.
And Grayson, one thing I hope he really starts to change now, especially Page. One thing I saw, there was a lot of like off-speed pitches. He kind of like threw like, I think 5 straight off-speed pitches. Obviously the batters weren't hitting him, but the longer he throws it, the more they start to figure it out. He's got to mix in his fastball a little bit, or maybe like some other pitches like a slider or a changeup.
We'll see if he takes your recommendations. But for now, after showing bunt, that being Blake Herman. 1-0 count. But again, as I was saying, in terms of hitting, Jamestown ranks 10th in batting average, or tied at least, should I say. That shown bunt once more. That one going for a strike this time, 1-1 count, with a 2.55. Tied with Boonville Lumberjacks and Olean Oilers. Above them, though, is your Batavia Muckdogs. Tied, excuse me, voice crack there, with Utica Blue Sox, a 2.64. That one fouled off or towards the visitors' clubhouse. That's a free ball for anyone who wants it.
But the kids are running for it.
1-2 count following that foul ball. Page pickoff attempt here. No good. Again, the count remains 1-2. There's no pitch has been thrown at the plate just yet. Sets the foul ball. And here we go. Go attempt here to second. The throw. Did they get him? They do. There it is. We mention it over and over again about stealing for the Muckdogs, but how about on the defensive side? That throw there, that's why my head perked up. I saw that throw, and I'm like, that one's online, and in time it is. Cooper Romick able to get the throw there and get the runner caught stealing. Eric Weeks now taking off the bases. That one falls in for strike 3.
And Grayson, that was also their 3rd time caught stealing. It's a very interesting thing for Jamestown, especially with them playing 9 games, only getting caught stealing 3 times, and for Batavia Muckdogs to get them. That's a really good sign shower right there for the Muckdogs.
It's 2 strikeouts so far. Credited to Jack Page. Again, the one that I would say is credited as a save. That one catches the inside of the box. And it's so interesting. You mentioned this about like the pitching dynamic with Jack Page, and it's just his motion. A lot of his pitches come in with an overarching trajectory, should I say. Instead of a ball that comes straight into the box, his kind of fall into it when he lets off the speed, and it's very evident on those off-speed pitches to which you mentioned. Count moves 1-1. But those definitely something unique that you see out of any pitcher in this league, and it's something that every batter has to try to learn and strategize quickly while in the box. That one, though, there's the fastball on that one. That pitch goes towards the bottom of the box and gets the strike 1-2. Page, the pitch, fouled off. 1-2. Again, that's being Paul Dulantel in the box for Jamestown. The pitch outside, 2-2. Page trying to bring it to an end. That one misses the box barely. We reach full count once more. Either runner on or to the dugout. We'll see here. Payoff. Loading. Fastball. Strike. Another one looking for Jamestown. That's 3 strikeouts for Jack Page. 3 of those being pitches that the batter took a mere interest in. Did not swing. But that brings an end to the top of the 4th here. Dwyer Stadium, and on our broadcast, we'll step aside once more as we move to the bottom of the 4th, where the Muckdogs try to extend the lead following 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back.
I'd like to withdraw some muckbucks, please.
Muckbucks?
Realistically, I can't withdraw muckbucks here. But what I can do is do all my banking through Tompkins Bank, an official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs. I gotta get back to picking up my muckbucks.
Here in Batavia, hard work and community goes hand in hand. That's why the Batavia Muckdogs are a proud partner with Farm Credit East, helping support the people of Western New York grow.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Jarrett and Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, an official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
And welcome back to the bottom of the 4th. Stumbling over my words, as I just taste a terrible protein shake that I attempted to make. Don't use water as a mixer. Not great. But nonetheless, swing and miss there. Excuse me, jeez. Swing and miss there. 0-1 count in the box for Batavia. Jackson Inman, your Tolley's hitman of the game. That one bounces over the pitcher and bounces all the way to center field. Dropped by the center fieldman, gets behind him. Inman goes to second. He's going 3rd. Sliding in, and he's there. So quickly moving levels here.
The fans are getting Tolley's, folks. They're getting Tolley's.
And yes, they do. A hit that bounces over the pitcher, bounces twice over the bag, bounces in front of the center fieldman, gets down in front of it, and it says nope, bounces off his glove behind him. And way behind him, because behind him would be doing it wrong. That one able to get by off the fielding error. That one sent over between left and center. Will it get down? It will. Glenn Brooks off the triple. And there we go.
Look at the wheels in action, Grayson. We're getting 2 straight triples. One was on an error. The other one, perfect base hit down the left field to center field line. It's a hit party tonight in Dwyer Stadium.
2 straight runners. Another one for the Muckdogs. The lead now 3-0. The bottom of the 4th, but like you said, Inman able to get on the 3rd following a fielding error. Then Glenn Brooks straight up triple. That one between left and center, able to hit the wall all the way out there. And uses the wheels. He leads this team in stolen bags for a reason. That one going for a strike, 0-1 count. In the box, Cooper Romick Didn't even get to talking about who was in the box. Glenn Brooks, again, was the one who blasted that ball over to center left. Cooper Romick, deja vu! It's down! Glenn Brooks trots in. Cooper Romick stands up at second. Stand up double there.
And Grayson,
And the Muckdogs pour it in.
and now, Grayson, we are seeing the bullpen getting warmed up with Jamestown and the pitching coach coming. I don't think we're going to see a change here, but I think he's going to do some talking. But to keep an eye out there, the bullpen is somebody's getting warmed up in the bullpen.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull him. That's 2 runs scored quickly. 3 bats. 3 at bats to 2 runs scored is not something you want to see out of a pitcher. So, like you said, I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to get a number on there who's out there in the bullpen. I can't really see with the netting in the way. But I would not be surprised if we see the attempt to use this time to talk it over and get a quick warm-up from their pitcher out there in the bullpen. But no, you are correct. They're just going to elect to have their pitcher warming up. Again, number 12, Tate Johnson, stays out there on the mound. Number 4, Luke Rubinski, designated hitter, steps up into the box. Opposite side, we do see a muck dog in the bullpen, being 77. I can have a clear shot on that, that being Walter Garrett. Rubinski. That one outside, good eye there. That one was close, but not there. I mean, just what a run and what a tear. And I mean, it's not over. It's not like this run has ended just yet. We'll see if things keep going. That one catches the low end of the box. That pitch snags it. 1-1. The pitch here, that one fouled off behind him. From this perspective, that was kind of trippy. Like, I don't know, with the netting and everything, the bounce up, it kind of looked like it stayed right and perfectly in front of home plate, but no, it bounced backwards. 1-2, Rubinski. Trying to keep the hit party going. Not going to swing at that one, and smartly enough, 2-2. Rubinski in his first go, a ground out. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. The first out for the bottom of the 4th for Jamestown defense. Now up, Jacob Vesco. Vesco did have the fly out in his first go. Vesco first go. Another reason why I should become a rapper, but nonetheless, has that dangerous stat to his name, that being a home run. Boy, would he love to see that here. That one fouled off behind us, straight towards the concession stand, where I spent my morning in Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls Americans, I got quickly traded, to which I had to work concessions there early in the morning. Had over 500 kids from local school districts go up to the concession stands, and I think you could imagine how that would go with it was consistent 4 people in the kitchen. So, yeah, it was rough.
Numbers are not in the favor in that situation.
No, they were not. Got through it. But now we're back in Batavia. A few-hour contract came to an end. That one catches the inside of the box for strike 3 for Vesco.
Was a little late on that call, don't you think?
I wasn't sure. Maybe he was contemplating that one was inside. And I mean, just with Vesco's stance alone, that's going to make it look inside. But nonetheless, it was considerably inside, but able to snag the box for strike 3 to catch Vesco looking. Now what? James Quintero had the single in his first one. That one fouled off the first baseline. It's 2 outs straight, 2 strikeouts straight for Jamestown defense following a hit parade. Again, single reached third off the error, a triple from Glenn Brooks, and Cooper Romick with a double. The pitch hits the, and that's going to be hit at the foot. James Quintero has to quite literally walk that off as he walks to first. That one low down near his ankle. And now 2 runners on. So only 1 in scoring position. That's the first hit by pitch today. Braden Nye, your extra hitter for today, recorded a single in his first go. We'll see if he can keep it 2 for 2. Again, 2 people on, 1 being in scoring position.
And that being Cooper Romick.
That one towards the dirt. So 1-0 count. Like you said, Cooper Romick, 2 for 2 on the day. Single and that double. As I mentioned earlier, swing and miss, so 1-1. The pitch. That one sent over towards first, foul, though. Stayed in, stayed out. 1-2. Braden and I hoping to keep things going here. We'll see again. 2 outs is your situation. 1-2 the count. The hit parade earlier, trying to keep things going. The delivery fouled off, or not exactly what the call is.
It's fouled off.
Yep. All right.
Catcher didn't catch it.
So 1-2. A little late on the call there from Blue, but nonetheless makes the right call to what I was thinking, but wasn't too sure if I was going to go ahead with that. Nonetheless, 1-2. Steal attempt. Now we might have a pickle here, and we do. Has to get back to second. Slides. Tries to dodge the tag. Does he? And they call him out there, and Skips is already going out to the umpire. I don't know about that. We'll see. It maybe got around the tag. It looked like they did because they threw it back to second after he avoided it. Little discussion with the umpire.
I think he has an argument on the first one, but the second one, it's hard to really argue that one. He did the job on the first play, but then he just didn't make it in time back to second base. But you do have to have your players back, and that's a good thing that Coach Skip is doing right now.
So the out looks like it will stand, but again, just we don't have the best angle from up here behind. Of course, we were behind where the tag was placed. So couldn't quite see if that tag exactly was placed on or if he was able truly to get the avoid the tag. It looked like that's where the call was made off the appliance there. Not appliance, but applying the tag there from the shortstop instead of the attempt there at second base. But now up on the mound, we have a change in pitchers. Jack Page, his night comes to an end. Now up Walter Garrett, number 77. Again, we have Mad Dog in the house. He's always here when you come visit Dwyer Stadium for our games at home. Plenty of games to come with the season looking forward. We'd love to see you here. But again, Walter Garrett now standing out there on the mound. Walter Garrett standing at 6'5", 215-pound junior left-handed pitcher from Trinity University. Garrett also served as a pitcher for Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs, where he posted a 3.86 ERA over 30 innings, recording 24 strikeouts across 15 appearances. As he warms up for today, Mad Dog, as I mentioned you just a few months ago, has now appeared behind me in the press box. Would you like your moment of fame once more?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, how's it going live? This is Mad Dog here. All that screaming that you heard on the live, that was me giving out some free ice cream. If you want some free ice cream, make sure you get down here to Dwyer Stadium. Look for me. But you gotta be loud if I give it up, all right? And once again, shout out my mom. Love you. Go Dogs. He had a little bit of a sponsor there, don't you think, there, Grayson?
I guess you could say that. But right now, so we'll look to Jamestown. Starting off for them now, Justin Remner, Jaquin Rodriguez-Costa, and Branston Lindquist. Rounding out things for the top three of this go of the top of the fifth. We're past halfway now. Or not. We are about to get to the halfway mark. We did have two very quick innings, that being the first and second. Both went by like boom, boom, boom. We saw cases of 3 up, 3 down, even going against the Muckdogs. But since then, the Muckdogs have taken controls. Bunches of hitting parties have resulted in 2 runs in the bottom of the third and bottom of the fourth. Jamestown looking to come up with an answer on their own. So far, haven't been able to do that. That one going for a strike. Walter Garrett starting things off right. Geez, another moment where I rhymed. Again, I think I'm just going to go rapper full time. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
maybe I just rhyme in my own head. That one outside, 1-1.
Yeah, and usually we see Walker Garrett kind of like closing the games out. So kind of seeing him pitch in the top of the fifth is a very interesting sign. So I don't know how many innings he will go in this game, but hopefully he can keep the lead for the Muckdogs.
And that one catches the box. So the pitch comes back in off the curve, snags it. It's what you want to see. 1-2 is your count. Garrett trying to make his first plate appearance a strikeout. That's outside, 2-2. We'll see if he can on this deal. And that's 3-2. Full count. And his first batter on the night. Payoff pitch loading. That's what I always like to say. In addition to that, I always like to say, let's go gambling, Jarrett. Do we see sevens? Fouled off. Some free respin.
Yeah, we got the free spin.
Straight towards the dugout of Jamestown. They had a few guys out there, statisticians, in front of the dugout, have to keep their head on a swivel as that one came rocketing back towards them. This one, though, outside, so too far for the pitch and the box. They don't meet. Ball 4, and that's a walk. Now up to
now we got the first pitch for Garrett. Popped up deep to left field, and it's caught. by. It got caught by Jeremy Ramos. 2 outs now for the Muckdogs. Up to bat, number 45, Branston Lindquist. He had a strikeout at the first bat. Now he's looking to make some noise here for the Tarp Skunks.
Thank you for that coverage, Jarrett. And Queen Rodriguez Costa with a flyout. You said Branston Lindquist in the box. 1 out. Following the flyout. Batter stays on first, that again being Justin Bremner. First pitch against Branson, ball 1, so 1-0. Pickoff attempt, no good. So that one gets the box, 1-1. Branson Lindquist, as mentioned before, a .294 batting average. 6 games started, 6 games played. 5 runs, 5 hits. That one chopped down the first baseline and it goes foul. Ran it out, stayed fair for quite some time, and eventually rolled into foul territory. On the play was again going to be the pitcher, Walter Garrett. Went for it, saw the runner coming in, couldn't really grab it, but I think he was going to let that one go by, just watch it to see if it went foul, and it did. Well played, good eye.
And Lindquist right now also is first on this team with 10 RBIs. Very lucky right now that they don't have that runner in scoring position, but could happen with a pass ball, so hopefully that does not happen right now.
We'll hope here. The deal for the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout Walter Garrett's been waiting for, and he finds his first on the night against Branson Lindquist. Matthew Dumas, number 5, left fielder for Jamestown, steps in for his second go. Single on the day earlier. Again, one of the other strong hitters for Jamestown, as you mentioned, the lineup is still strong in the bottom half of the lineup for Jamestown. Matthew Dumas, 3rd in batting average. First pitch, ball 1. Garrett on the deal here. That shows bunt, and that one going down the third baseline, and it's foul.
Tried getting with a late bunt there. Luckily, went foul ball because third baseman was not ready for it. And even though it was up in the air, so we could have seen a caught there. But lucky play for it to be a foul ball.
Whenever you see a third or a bunt like that, like you said, it was shown late, which I do agree with. Just those high bunts, those ones that immediately don't hit the dirt, they just have incredible hang time. And sometimes those ones, especially that one, he was just waiting to see if that one went third. He was going to wait down the line, not attack it immediately. That one, strike 2, 1-2 count. Jamestown, though, on team statistics in terms of hitting, they dominate the board in rankings. Again, they've played tied for second most. The pickoff attempt here at first. The steal of the base, no good. We won't need to see a strikeout. Pickoff attempt wasn't successful, but the pickoff, he attempts to steal towards second, is good, and that's going to bring up the 3rd out of the inning. We've reached the bottom of the 5th here. Dwyer Stadium. We're going to step aside for once here after a long streak of staying on air. We'll be back after this.
Order for the Batavia Muckdogs.
Feeding the pack.
Gotta feed the pack.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
And we are back, folks. We had a pitching change for Jamestown. Cohen Harris is coming into the game right now in the bottom of the fifth. Batting right now is the first baseman or second base or extra hitter, Brandon I.
So, like you said, pitching change, Cohen Harris. Right-handed pitcher, sent it at 6'2", 216 pounds. That's oddly specific. Randleman, North Carolina is his hometown. C is the first pitching change for Jamestown Tarp Skunks. His first pitch goes for a ball. Brandon I, again, the extra hitter for tonight, like you said. We had the pickoff attempt where we saw Cooper Romick get in a pickle as he attempted to go towards 3, which ended Braden I's at bat, so he's back up. 2-0. We'll see something similar when we go back to Jamestown. Matthew Dumas had his at-bat ended short, so he'll be back up. So 2 oddly specific back-to-back situations for that, but nonetheless, foul ball moves it to 2-1. Harris to deal the pitch. Low, 3-1. Again, your Batavia Muckdogs leading 4-0 on the past 2 innings, and that's ball 4. So Braden I gets the walk and will now stand out there. On first base, Jalen David, your shortstop. Back up to start up the start of the order. Got to find other words. Every time I say something like that, I always find myself saying like extra, like extra hitter off an extra base, or I don't know. And same thing with there, like starting to start things off for your starting lineup. Got to read a dictionary once or twice more, I guess. But shows bunt. Jalen David pulls it back. That pitch gets by the catcher, and Brandon I trots out to second. Jalen David able to move out of the way. That one off the catcher. It seemed to be his knee pad. That one just ricocheting behind him towards the backstop, behind home plate. But now runner in scoring position on second. Shows bunt again, tries to reach for it. David not able to find it. Went to attack there. No good, 1-1. I like the aggressiveness, though, there. Had the height there for the bunt, just that pitch was outside, so he went for it. If he could have gotten a head start on the bunt, that would have been really effective. Just not able to find contact. That one swing, and that one's going to drop into the grass in the outfield. And they're sending him home. No, he skids back. Initially had the go sign, able to get 5 feet past third base. Braden I. And I is held back up at third. So runners on the corners. Jalen David misses the bunt, but says, I'll use a hit instead, and sends that one out in the shallow center, or drops into the grass.
That was a very good call by Coach Skip right there, calling him back. We would have had like another very close situation, and it's better to put it in your hands than the umpire's hand.
Like you said, had the situation with Jeremy Ramos. Steal sign for Jalen David. And clean. No throw. Had a huge jump start. Yeah, like you said, wheels. I mean, when you don't have a throw attempt, that's got to say something about your speed. 1-0 count. Now forget runners on the corners. You got runners, 2 runners in scoring position. You have short and second playing on the infield grass or just behind it, preventing any short ground out to be score any runs. Defense moves them in, trying to keep the runners at bay. 1-1. That one, crack of the bat, foul ball. 1-2. Feel like I mentioned him in the story, but never clearly stated in the box. Apologies, Jeremy Ramos.
And he had a stand-up double his last at-bat.
He did have a stand-up double. We'll see if he can do it. And that one, sent over to center field, snagged, tag up towards home, and the throw is not there. Off the mark to the throw to the shortstop, and that's another run for your Batavia Muckdogs. They now lead 5-0. And the pressure keeps mounting for Jamestown to find an answer. Batavia trying to end their 6-game winning streak, and so far, it's looking more like that. But again, not going to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, but one thing we can't say about that at-bat, though, is that Ramos did his job. Obviously, you want a base hit in that situation, but the next best situation is to get a hit in play, and right there in a perfect spot, too, in the outfield.
Steal attempt for David. And he's safe. Throw attempt this time, but David again, say how you put it, Jarrett, wheels. And that's a runner now on third. 1-1 count, 1 out. Or excuse me, 1-0 count. And that one sent over to first to play at the plate, and it's behind the catcher. Evan Brock able to advance to second. Again, they play the second short in on the grass. That one towards first. First baseman elects to throw it to home. Not like anyone was at first. But that one gets by the catcher, and Evan Brock advances to second off the error.
Yeah, and that's one of those like really wacky plays because you're hitting at the first base. The second baseman has to run all the way to first. So you're going to the throw where you're kind of going in motion. He just made like a really bad throw right there, and obviously it led to an advance to second. Now they have runners on scoring position again.
Like you said, but that one too low, 1-0 count. In the box, Jackson Inman. Evan Brock. Again, throwing error for the first baseman. Evan Brock taking a huge lead. That one does that stay fair, and they say foul. Hit the bag.
Exactly. I thought if it hits the bag, it's a fair ball.
I'm not exactly sure where he saw it go foul, but like you said, he did make contact with the actual first base. That one hugged the first base line, and they call it foul. So yeah, like you said, Jared, to that rule, that should be fair. I'm not exactly sure what I missed. Maybe a little hop before that from he had a better angle, but forget that one. That one's over to center field. That's touching grass. And now we have runners on corners. That one gets down. Another single for Jackson Inman. Now up Glenn Brooks. Had a triple in his last go. We'll see if it keeps going. One out is your situation. Runners on corners. And that score, you are correct, 6-0. A little mound visit, though, and it seems to be a pitching change.
Yep, and here he comes right now.
Cohen Harris will be pulled out of the game. So far now coming in, number, I believe, 17 for Jamestown, Rocco Alamonte. If I am pronouncing that correctly. Rocco Alamonte. Right-handed pitcher sitting at 6'5", 215 pounds from Erie, Pennsylvania. Good. As I do with my homework, got to double check. Yes, that is number 17 for Jamestown. Rocco Alamonte. Or maybe Almont, but I'll be able to. Rocco Almonte. Rocco Almonte. All right, that's funny. That was one of my friend's nicknames from back home. Rocco. Rocco Almonte out there on the mound warming up. Again, up to bat for the Muckdogs. Again, your situation, runners on corners, fresh count. One out is the situation. Jackson Inman with the single was able to advance. Evan Brock, who was able to get to second off the throwing error from the first baseman in his single. Now standing on third. And the hitting barrage continues. Started things off with a walk from Braden I, who was able to get on base. Jalen David with his single. Jeremy Ramos. Fly out, though, unfortunately, but was able to get the tag up and bring in the runner. Evan Brock now out there on third, as mentioned. Jackson Inman at first. So that's your recap of what's happened so far in the bottom of the fifth. Things stand the way they do. Which hopefully not, given the fact that there's one out. The pickoff attempt before we even see a pitch from Almonte. No good. Glenn Brooks in the box. Again, had the triple earlier in the game. One that went all the way out to the wall. That one, the first pitch is going for a ball. So 1-0 count. Almonte the deal here. We have a steal towards second. That one sent straight back to the pitcher. Sent to the second baseman. Can't field it cleanly. That's one run in. It's a single there for Glenn Brooks.
And Grayson, you saw right there, the second baseman was trying to cover the bag. The ball came right at him. He had to try to make the adjustment right there. It's a very unlucky play for him. But that's another error for Jamestown and a run for the Muckdogs. We got a 7-0 game now.
Like you said, runner in. Again, the steal attempt from Inman. He tried to get towards the bag to be prepped for the throw. By the time he looked up, he wasn't seeing his catcher throwing the ball. It was not Paul Dulanto. It was the bat of Glenn Brooks sending that ball at an angle he was never expecting. That one being down in the grass at way faster speeds and just Wasn't able to stay in front of it. It leaked out. Not able to stop it with his body, and when it gets by you, it gets by you. Guess you could say he was down in the bayou. Jeez, that's why we're not being comedians. All right, but 7 runs scored now for the Batavia Muckdogs. 7-0 is your score. 2 runners on. 1 in scoring position on second. That being Jackson Inman. And Glenn Brooks out there on first. 2-0 count. So we have our lights coming on.
They're on right now. They're looking pretty good.
They're getting started. It'll look better as the night goes on. The deal here from El Monte in the dirt, 3-0. So now 1 more away from situation where bases are loaded. That's the thing. El Monte came into a situation. I got to stop saying situation, but came into a predicament.
There you go.
There's my vocab coming into play. Predicament. Runners on corners. Let up 1 hit so far. That one catches low in the box, 3-1. But again, that hit towards second, which also came right back at him, brought in a runner and leaves 2 on now. So not a clean slate that he was probably hoping for when he would make his debut for this game. But nonetheless, steal attempts from both runners. That one sent in the foul territory. Will the catcher be able to find it? I can't see what happened behind there. And no good. No good from the third baseman. Again, that being number 18, Blake Herman, excuse me. Went to catch it. That was right in front of the staircase of the Batavia dugout. You could probably see that just maybe in the bottom left corner. Not exactly sure, but that one right in front of the stair of the dugout. So had to be careful. Even the Muckdogs had to run back in the dugout, avoid interfering with the play. We've reached full count, but had to catch it, looked like, and then he dropped it. So stays alive off the foul, but full count, like as mentioned, 1 out situation. Cooper Romick. Huge at-bat here. Payoff. Steal, runners going. That one chopped, and they call it foul.
Yeah, and in that last foul ball, the third baseman looked like he took like a little tumble right there, and that's why he dropped the ball. And then the catcher was also right there. He just couldn't find it in his body. So now we got the full count. Hoping for a hit here, though.
It's always tough as a catcher. You got to throw off the mask and locate the ball in that time and then get under it. Change of the baseballs here. Almonte's just looking for a fresh grip here. But again, you had the Muckdogs, their own dugout. They're trying to run back in. So a lot of commotion in that area. Maybe just on the exact edge of the dugout, as I mentioned. So not surprised he was fell his way to the dirt. But again, payoff pitching coming. Stare down, throws home. That one slapped foul towards the concession stand. Heads up over there. And we'll see it again.
Now, Grayson, the one thing also you got to mention, because I got the screen in my face, so I can't really see the visitors' bullpen right now. It looks like they got 2 pitchers doing a little bit of heavy ball throwing. Maybe in the future, if this game keeps going, they might be pitching tonight.
No one exactly warming up, but like you said, pitcher's still on standby, but no one warming up, though. Steps off. Almonte trying to get exactly what he wants. He knows the impact of this at-bat. Huge different scenario from bases loaded or runners in with 1 out compared to 2. Deals the pitch, and that one inside. That's ball 4, so bases loaded. Maybe a case of overthinking, but who knows? We'll never know. We're not Almonte. But that's a walk for Cooper Romick. Luke Rabinski. Ground out, strikeout. 0 for 2 so far. Looking to get the number 1 in that first column. Given the fact that he's given a blissful situation of bases loaded.
And 1 out. We can't forget about that. So if he hits into the outfield with a pop out, that could be a tag up for the third baseman.
Anything deep here poses well for the Muckdogs. And that one, too low. Again, the pitching change. Rocco Almonte is bringing the situation of a fresh pitcher trying to get out of a unique situation. Rocco Almonte has made 2 appearances, recorded a win. That one sent over to first base. The play will be at first, but nowhere else. Runners advance, so an out for a run as it's taken. 2 outs. With the score now 8-0 for your Batavia Muckdogs. And now up, Jacob Vesco, fly out, strikeout. He's also looking for his first base of the night, and we'll see if he finds it here. But again, as I was looking, Rocco Almonte had the win recorded in 2 appearances. 19.29 ERA in those 2, so statistically not what you want from a pitcher, but so far keeping things alive. But right now, through the first...
Hold on, folks. We got a bird in the press box. Anyway, we got a 2-0 count here for Jacob Vesco. Rocco with a 2-0 count, 2 outs. Pitch fouled off by Vesco. And sorry about that, folks. We had a bird that fell in the press box. Just to give you the clear up, though, it is a 2-1 count for Jacob Vesco. Pitch by Rocco. Called strike 2. It's now a 2-2 count. 2 outs. Runners at third and second. Had an interesting little moment, guys. We're sorry about that, folks.
Okay, we're back. Just got hit by a bird. It flew right into my face. Apologies for missing what just happened. But that's the 3rd out. Given the situation, oh, geez, I'm just trying to regain my surroundings. That's the 3rd out for the bottom of the 5th. For the Muckdogs, able to put up 5. And that's now not... excuse me, 8-0 lead for the Muckdogs. Still trying to regain myself here. 8-0, that's the situation. Couldn't tell you what happened in the bottom there. But, Jarrett, I'm going to let you take over and say what happened there to round things out before we head to a quick little break.
Yeah, what happened was that what you guys missed is Jacob Vesco had to work the count a little bit. Obviously, he's really trying to get a hit back. He's in a really bad cold front right now. Ever since that home run, he hasn't been hitting well. He's been looking for his moment right now. And right now, he's struggling. But you got an 8-0 lead. Walker Garrett is back into the game, hopefully to keep a 0 in this game. And we're still trying to take a moment after the bird flew in the press box. But don't worry, he's okay. He's okay. He's back outside. He's living life right now. But it did give a scare to our play-by-play guy, Grayson. Hit him in the face a little bit. But hopefully now we got the top of the 6th now. Walter Garrett back in the game. Grayson, if you want to say something.
No, not something, but I'm just going to send us the break. We'll be right back after this. Just welcome back to the top of the 6th. The debacle is gone, and we're back to fresh baseball. That was an oddly unique situation. But nonetheless, as mentioned, top of the 6th, Walter Garrett on the mound for the Batavia Muckdogs, trying to keep the scoreboard clean against them on defense. So far, boding well. So far, for the lineup, or the rotation, for the Muckdogs pitching crew for tonight, Matthew Marsh made the start. Jack Page came in after the apparent injury to Matt Marsh. And now Walter Garrett so far came in to start the top of the 5th. Hasn't looked back since. That one hit over to right field. Able to get underneath it. No.
He dropped it last second. Ball was in his glove, but the impact forced it out.
Yeah, we could see that from the umpire there at the first base, signaling it. Just unfortunate. It looked like he made a fantastic play, of course, that being Jacob Vesco on the sliding attempt there to catch it. No good. Tito Kiefer, that was Matthew Dumas off the single. Tito Kiefer, though, steal attempt from Dumas, and no throw there. He's now in second. So quickly, Jamestown now, after ball number 1, has a runner in scoring position on second base. Little talk between catcher and pitcher. First baseman James Quintero tying his shoes. What kind of bird was it? I'm not exactly too sure. I mean, I didn't really get a good look at it. Here, as I quickly search up common bird types. I'm not a bird knower. Is that one sent over to center field? Batavia trying to get it. No, that one hits down. Sorry. Lost a blank at center fielder. That's Glenn Brooks out there. So I said Batavia instead of Glenn Brooks. But Glenn Brooks, that one lands in shallow field, and now runners on the corners. Just like the most average-looking bird you could see in, like, just like around the...
Little tiny bird.
I can't really find it here.
One thing I will say, though, it absolutely loved Grayson. Went to him first instead of me. Completely avoided me. Kind of scared your play-by-play guy. It's pretty funny to watch. No offense, Grayson. It was pretty funny.
Right now, though, up in the box, Grant Moore. 2 runners on. Jamestown trying to get their first score of the night. So we've reached the top of the lineup. Very impressive pickoff. Very impressive pickoff, but very impressive sunset there in the background. Gotta love the angle that we have here while playing these games. It's always that angle looks good with the sunset. But pickoff attempt again, number 2, no good. But again, 0-1 count. Grant Moore starting things off again for the starting to go through back of the starting lineup. 3rd time so far in this game. Walter Garrett deals the pitch. That one outside, 1-1. Again, this is the first game of 4. If that one goes between second and first, that will bring in the first runner for Jamestown. So another single. 3 straight singles from Jamestown. Maybe they're trying to get their own hitting parade going. It's boding well. 2 runners now on, first and second. And here comes Coach Grant out to the mound. There's not going to be a pitching change, obviously, as no one is... Excuse me, bumped the microphone. But no one is warming up. actively for the Muckdogs. Did just see Matthew Marsh pulled out a dugout, and he's going to start getting warmed, it looks like.
If you believe everyone deserves the chance to live, work, and thrive in their community, give our club a big round of applause tonight.
Again, we remind you, the folks at home, that this game is sponsored by Arc of Glow exclusively. This is their night to celebrate the work that they do through Genesee, all other surrounding counties. That being Genesee, Livingston, Orleans, and Wyoming. Wanted to double check my facts there before I said anything incorrectly. Walter Garrett, 0-out situation, 1 run in. Shows bunt, able to get that down. Play at first, not in time. Now bases stand loaded. And this game just got interesting. And that was C.J. Dugan with the single, or the bunt. Eric Weeks, second baseman for Jamestown. 2 singles to his name. He's 2 of 2. Deal from Walter Garrett, that's outside. 1-0 count. Again, bases loaded is your situation. The Muckdogs trying to keep it clean. Took the first bullet, that being the first run scored. That one inside. Stopped by the catcher, 2-0. Again, as stated before, number 21 for the Muckdogs. Actually, I have a correction. If I said Matthew Marsh, I was not number 21, obviously. That was Landon Stoddard, who's walking to the bullpen.
And also, one thing I can also say, in the bullpen right now, actually throwing pitches is Irwin's Branch. Looking to, we don't know when he'll come in, but he's going to have to come into a very tough situation if this game continues to where it's going.
You are correct. Irwin's is the one actively warming up. And that's just another first strike of this at bat, 3-1 count. Looking over at the other side of the bullpens is no one.
But there's movement. There's movement there. There's some people there.
There's people, but no movement in terms of warming up. The pitch here from Garrett goes for strike 2. We reached the payoff pitch now. Trying to get the first strike.
Is it time to go gambling, Grayson?
It is time. We'll see if he sees 7s. Payoff pitch loading. The pitch. Inside, that's ball 4, and that's going to bring in a free run for Jamestown. Everyone does a circle. And now, another run in. 8-2 is your score. Now it's becoming a question of damage control. No outs for the Muckdogs. The last thing they need is for things to get away from them. That one, check swing, doesn't matter. That's a strike.
There you go. You're starting that pitch with the strike. That gives you a little bit less stress. Obviously, you still have bases loaded, but you have that first strike to play with in your next pitch. I'd really like to see a heater here.
We'll see if you get your heater. Did have some heat on it, but doesn't find the box. 1-1.
That was almost perfect on the gas. I wanted a strike there.
That one was eerily Dropped my binoculars eerily close to the box. Could have gone either way, but Blue calls it ball 1-1. The pitch, swing and a miss. Talk about a nice summer's breeze. And we move to 1-2.
We definitely needed that with the humid weather right now. It's still a little hot out here, don't you think?
Won't even say a little hot. It's plenty hot. Nonetheless, though, 1-2. Walter Garrett looking for a K. Fouled off. So won't get it there. Again, no movement once more from the bullpen of Jamestown. Seems like Rocco will be hosting at least one more. The deal. Hit by pitch. It's 2 inside. And another run brought in. And here comes Skips to argue that he leaned into that or stepped into it. I don't know about the case here. If it's going to play his way, Skips, you can see, is actively aggravated.
Yeah, but one thing Jamestown definitely does that I would also be very annoyed as a pitcher, they are very inside on the plate. It's really hard to get that inside corner, and especially with like that lean there, you do have a case right there, but also it's just they're playing with fire, just constantly being inside in the batter's box, and it's hard to get that inside pitch when somebody's just standing that close in the box.
Paul Delanto, catcher for Jamestown. Again, that's 4 singles, walk, and a hit by pitch that have now brought in 3 runs for Jamestown. That one too high. Matthew Dumas, Tito Kiefer, and Grant Moore with the runs. CJ Dugan, Eric Weeks, and Blake Herman awaiting a same fate in favor of Jamestown. The Muckdogs just trying to get out of this jam. We've mentioned this on other broadcasts. I won't go in for a strike, one won't count. We've talked about in your talking points and even just talked about it in general. Is these situations where you have the 0 count or 0 out situation. Oh, geez. Gotta stop saying situation. When you're set up to a point where you have 0 outs, the Muckdogs have found themselves more common than not in these predicaments where they've needed to play out of them, and they haven't really found the solution to get out of these jams. And that's where we've seen in their games, again, only 6. But in the games where they have lost, those 2 games, that one being Jamestown, we yearly saw a very similar situation to what we're seeing now, where they got caught in a jam, allowing Jamestown to come back in. And they're just trying to avoid that here with even a bigger lead compared to the last one. Olean wasn't the same with being up initially, but Olean would have a lot of situations where they would have 0 outs and a ton of people on base and have these kind of same pressure being applied. Zawon goes for ball number 4. Count reached 3-1, and that's ball 4, another runner in. So now we have the tying run at the plate, and that's going to bring an end to Walter Garrett's night. Things don't go his way.
And Grayson, the bullpen situation, you got to have like the eye of the tiger. Bullpen is always the kind of position where you are going to be in pickle situations. Runners in scoring position, 0 outs, good part of the lineup. It's the closers and the relief pitchers that take these moments and run with it. And it seems like right now these pitchers are just really struggling with those kind of moments, especially with bullpen guys. And now Branch is hopefully coming in to really get out of this pickle situation, as 4 runs have just been happening, not because of base hits, but because of walks. And right now they're shooting themselves in the foot, and they're in a really tough situation. Branch is now in a very tough situation that he has to come out. I said tough a lot of times, but I might also have to go through the dictionary too to find a different word for tough.
Well, I would say both, because 4 singles to start things off, then a walk, hit by pitch walk. So you had the mix in of both singles and the walks that you mentioned. But now Irwin's Branch comes in. And if there was a time for a test and absolute pressure, it would be right here for Branch. Standing at 6'3", 230-pound sophomore right-handed pitcher from Mohawk Valley Community College. 8 appearances, Branch recorded 27 strikeouts across 22 innings. And then looking at his stats for the season, ERA currently is sitting 4.15, 2 appearances, has not registered a win or a loss. Has not started a game either. He's pitched over 4.1 innings, 4 hits against him, 2 runs scored against him, and 3 walks dealt, and 1 singular strikeout so far. But what we've noticed from him, 16 at-bats, so given those numbers, he plays well with his defense. And that's one thing you just need here. It's not about doing it yourself. It's about just getting out of this. Doesn't matter if 3 flyouts, 3 groundouts, 3 strikeouts. Anything. You need anything right now if you're in Batavia's situation. Because you've gone quickly from leading 8-0 to almost thinking, hey, that this game could end early. Maybe we don't even need to see all 9 innings, given the situation that we saw not even an inning ago. And now, flip the script. No one can think like that because this ball game is wide open. Because it's not like, oh, geez, it's 8-4. Yeah, they still have the lead. The tying run is at the plate.
And Grayson, this first out is going to mean so much right now. Right now, Jamestown is like taking the momentum away from Batavia. And Batavia is also, I want to say, top 3 in walks. And they're doing that perfectly right now. But right now, that first out is so important for the Muckdogs right now. Getting a fact check here.
In terms of pitching, we'll see about that. Walks, Jamestown, I believe, is tied for 3rd, so you are correct in that. 56 walks. They've been walked. Walked 56 batters. 34 for Batavia. In terms against, I believe that's what you're more going towards. Hit by pitch 21 times for Jamestown. So that one goes for strike 2. So I'm going to take a quick break from looking at the stats. Or I guess I could quickly read. 69 walks. They've been walked 69 times. Leave tied for 2nd. So yes, you are correct. I was looking at pitching, not hitting. My mistake there. 0-2 count. Branch looking to make the first out. That one outside, can't catch the box. Straight heat on that one.
He's also looking for that outside corner. I honestly, obviously we're not umpires. I really thought that was a strike right there.
I mean, obviously, evidently enough, it's smart to look for the outside corner. We have, like you mentioned, these runners taking somewhat of a more extra few inch or 2 towards the plate. And if you can crowd it, they got the hit by pitch earlier. Swing and miss, and that's the first one gone for the Muckdogs. And there's a little bit of stress taken off the shoulders of these guys as they look to just keep things rolling. It's a question of will they? That haunts over them.
And now you got the crowd going. When they were walking that time, the crowd got really quiet. They were starting to panic a little bit. Now the crowd is back in this game. And obviously crowd noise makes a big deal in these kind of games.
That one too low, 1-0 count. Like you say, when you get the fans back in it, you can get your confidence back. That's what this team needs. Because 1 out is 1 out. That's a good look, good first step. But you need that second one. You can't. Got to prevent flyouts or anything deep. Irwin's the pitch. Registered as too low. Count moves 2-0. Again, 2-0 is your count. I keep my eyes out for more birds. Irwin's to pitch. The deal. That one, Sour to second. Snag the play at first. No. I lost my voice there because I stunned at the play at first thought that was in time. It's not in time. Guess tie goes to runner, and another one comes in from third, or from second, excuse me. Rounded third, came in. There's a little delay there at first, and gets home for another run. That's two brought in. That's two brought in off the single from Jaquin Rodriguez Costa. But now Branson Lindquist, 45 extra hitter, 2 strikeouts so far in the game, is now up. He's the leading run at the plate. So just an unfortunate bounce for this Batavia team. That one too high. Just close plays all around. He had to play it first, to play at home. Both, like, game of inches. Just pure, like, milliseconds off the throws. And that's why this game now reads 6-8. All Jamestown momentum so far. That one, 2 inside, 2-0 count.
Yeah, and those plays, like, they take control of the game. Obviously, if it went the other way, it was double. If it was double outs right there, we would see the Batavia Muckdogs up to bat now. But now Jamestown is taking all the momentum right now, and now Branch is starting to feel the pressure as he's struggling to.
That one fouled off. Right now, that foul off, though, is a step forward. Branch, the pitch here. Catches the box. That one sinking down to the bottom right. And 2-2 count following that. You said Branch struggling, but I disagree. I think he's just waiting. Only 2 at bats, one just unfortunate hop of that single, able to get the strikeout. Strikeout there.
That's how you come back from a 2-0 count right there. Now, again, you got the crowd going. 2 outs, though. You still got that runner in scoring position. But if you get out of the situation here, you can get the bats back going and hopefully get a little more cushion.
And that's one thing that you always look for with these these situations. Able to get 2, and that 2 rating on the far scoreboard is way more impactful than you think. It's not because, yes, there is only 1 out from ending it, but it removes the fly-out situation of tag-ups. That one inside. When you get rid of those tag-up situations, especially with bases loaded in the predicament that the Batavia Muckdogs were in and trying not to blow this game, that is absolutely huge and so impactful. 1-0 count. Irwin's the pitch. Can't catch it there. That one, another ball, 2-0.
Same situation again. You got a 2-0 count. Hopefully he can continue the story and do it again.
Irwin's stared in at second. No one standing over it, though. 2 outside, and the count moves 3-0. Irwin's deals here. That one catches the box. So bases aren't loaded yet, and you can hear this crowd is. It's almost like golf right now. That's how I would describe the stadium atmosphere. Everyone goes silent, waiting for a pitch, and once they get that strike call, get the round of applause. You get the go-aheads and the head nods. getting pumped up. That's what you need. The deal. That one sent between third and short. Diving attempt from Inman. Won't make it. Snagged. Can't pick it up was Jeremy Ramos, but able to just make sure that he was on top of the ball so no one went. He was in shallow territory, so the throw could have been in time. Smartly held up by Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Coaching management. But now the situation, bases are loaded. And a comeback imminent. Batavia trying to deny anything. Again, momentum is all Jamestown. That one sent over to right field. And there's the snag. Jacob Vesco finally able to bring an end to a long top of the sixth. 6 runs for Jamestown. So many things that could have gone wrong did go wrong, unfortunately. But again, baseball isn't over. We'll be back in just a few moments.
In support of the Batavia Muckdogs, we would like to thank these corporate sponsors and community partners. Alex's Place, Allegheny Farm Services, AmeriGroup, Arc of Glow, Ashley Furniture, Batavia Downs, Batavia Foot Care Center, Batavia's Original, Best Choice Heating and Air, Bikers Against Child Abuse, Bontrager Auctioneer, Bourbon and Burger, Bright Path Kids, Bully Hill Vineyards, Burger King, Casella Waste, Salino Plumbing, Chaplain Valley Equipment, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Crosby's, Daily News, Dave's Ice Cream, Easttown Beverage, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Everdry Waterproofing, Farm Credit East, Burrell Gas, Ficarella's Pizza, Frank's Call Mr. Plumber, Freed Maxics, Genesee Community College, Geico, Local Batavia Office, Genesee County Chamber of Commerce, Genesee Lumber, Genesee Penny Saver, Go Health, Good Life, Graham Corporation, H.B. Hood, Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, J. Leonard McAndrew Funeral Home, Ken Barrett Chevrolet, Leaf Guard, Liberty Pumps, Louis J. Lang and Sons, Massive Testing, Mental Health Association of Genesee and Orleans, Magaveros Automotive, M-Power Agency, Next Era Energy, Northside Deli, New York School for the Blind, Oak Orchard Health, Oakwood Hills, OACA Milk Products, Olacy's, Overhead Door, PNCG, Pellegrino Auto Sales, RFG Associates, Skyworks, Stan's Harley Davidson, Stop DWI, Suburban Propane, TF Browns, Tompkins Bank of Castile, Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union, Toyota of Batavia, Trevor R. Rowley State Farm, Tri-County Auto Glass, Tully's, United Memorial Medical Center, UR Wilmot Cancer Institute, WBTA, Wright Beverage, and the YMCA. Thank you for your continued support of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Show you a quick look at the scoreboard of what's happened over the course of the game. 8 runs in for the Muckdogs, 2-2-4. They've put up a run in the past 3 innings so far. We're at the bottom of the 6th right now. 6 runs scored for Jamestown earlier in the top of the 6th here. 10 hits for both teams, but 11. So 1 more for Batavia. 3 errors against Jamestown so far. None for Batavia. They've kept it clean. Just huge stretch of swinging the bats for Jamestown earlier in this game. That one sent in between right and center and snagged by the right fielder. Fielder. Ugh, stumbling over my words once more. That on the hit there. James Quintero, fly out for him. Bring you to the bottom of this. Bottom of the 2nd here. Or geez, I'm all over the place. Bottom of the 6th. That one sent straight back to the pitcher. Ricochet towards the second baseman. Is it in time? They got him. What a just Dude, perfect trick shot off the pitcher's glove right towards the second baseman, able to field it cleanly in a one-step hop and send it over to first base to record the out. So 2 up, 2 down quickly, just like that. Now we've reached the top of the batting order for Batavia for the 4th time going through. No up, Jalen David. 2 singles. That one hit by pitch, so forget that. He is now standing on first. That one, second year released it, did not have a chance. That's straight contact there. 2-out situation, Jalen David on. Again, given the fact that there's 2 outs, we're going to see him take quite a few attempts at just instantly going. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him steal in the first 2 pitches, but a little mound visit here.
Yeah, we're seeing
And
somebody come in.
we do have a pitching change for Jamestown. So they finally, while I wasn't, the one time I wasn't looking, actually had someone warming up. I believe that is number 16, Joseph Santos. Joseph Santos, number 16, right-handed pitcher, standing at 5'9", 190 pounds, from Merrick, Pennsylvania. But again, looking at Joseph, a perfect 0 ERA in 4 appearances, pitched a total of 6.1 innings, 1 save registered to him, 2 hits. So far, 6 strikeouts, only walked batters 4 times, and 1 hit by pitch dealt. There's no errors against him, no runs, or excuse me, not errors, earned runs and no runs.
Also on 20 plate appearances, too. We got to add that, too.
Gotta add that, you are right. So he is, would say, one of their closers, but I wouldn't say that given the fact that it's the bottom of the 6th, so if that was a closer, that would be mightily early, but definitely one of the better arms out there. Is it kind of just pulled the plug, because if we look at their pitching rotation, you went from Tate Johnson, who opened it up, solid 6 flat ERA, then went to Cohen Harris, dropping down to a 7.36, and dropping down all the way to Rocco Almonte at a 19.29. It's the 3rd highest on the team. So it looked like almost like they were throwing in some of their lesser guys, should I say. Or, you know, when teams think, oh, this situation might be getting out of hand, they throw in some of those guys that could use some extra reps, save the arms for later down the season or later down the road in their upcoming games. But nonetheless, the offense turns this around. They quickly pull the plug off a singular hit by pitch from Rocco. And they put him from worst to best.
And also yesterday, they also played the Niagara Falls Americans. That was actually a really close game, 7-6 game. So probably they used a lot of their pitchers in that game also. But now you bring out your best in a situation against Batavia Muckdogs, who are trying to stop your streak.
Steal attempt here from Jalen David on cue. And he's trying to get back first from the pickle. Did they get him? They did. Caught stealing Jalen David. Just like that. That brings an end to the bottom of the 6th. So momentum still in strong favor. Jamestown, everything going their way right now. And Batavia trying to find an answer. They'll have an attempt on defense when we come back in just a second. Welcome back to the top of the seventh, almost said 17th. Right now, out on the mound, Irwin's Branch came in just an inning ago for Walter Garrett. Again, an inning ago was a plan that did not get executed towards Batavia's favor. 6 unanswered in the 6th inning from Jamestown. They put on a tear, they put on a show, and now we have a ball game. Once was 2-0, 4-0, 8-0, now 8-6. And the Muckdogs, again, trying to keep the lead going forward. But now it's going to be a fight. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Grant Moore up to bat, starting the 4th go-round of the starting lineup for the Tarp Skunks. Walk, fly out, and a single in his first few attempts at the plate. That one goes inside for ball number 1, 1-0. That one sent over to first base. James Quintero on the dive isn't able to get a hold of it. Right fielder, though, Jacob Vesco will be able to prevent any kind of more damage, as that one's just a single. So now Grant Moore with another single to his name, C.J. Dugan. Ground out, which was turned into a double play early in this game to start things off. Then a strikeout. One where Jack Page famously came in from a 3-0 count, made a strikeout looking. That one at C.J. Dugan's head, able to duck. So a little bit of duck, duck, goose, but not what he wants.
And Grayson, this is the batter right here that you need you need that out, because a lot of these players around him, it's all batting 300. So you got to get this batter out in this situation. Even better, hit it into a double play.
Takeoff attempt, no good. Like you mentioned or pointed in the direction of Jarrett, we do have another arm warming up in the bullpen for Batavia. You pointed out that you believe that is number. That one goes for a strike, so there you go. 1-1 count. Garrett Beaver, I believe, is the one warming up. One. Almost looked to go for the steal, doesn't hesitate, stays back. 1-2. This game has truly just been flipped on its head in the past 2 innings.
And you also have to worry about Grant Moore, who is on first, which I think we said before. He has 11 stolen bases right now.
That one set high towards right field. It's shallow. Who's got it? Jacob Vesco does. And that's the first out here. And there is what the Muckdogs need. And here comes Skips looking maybe to take Irwin's out. And there's the signal. So Irwin's Branch at night comes to an end. So now, what will be the 5th pitcher tonight? Garrett Beaver, number 15 for the Batavia Muckdogs. His 2 appearances, he holds a very clean 0 ERA. 1 save registered to him, pitched over 2.1 innings, 1 batter walked, 3 strikeouts, over 7 at-bats, and a singular hit by pitch to his name.
Yeah, one thing that Garrett Beaver has, completely different than all these other pitchers, is that he's got a really nice sidearm kind of like approach. Hopefully to mix up the batters here, and he's coming into a very tough situation. Every single batter in the 3 and 4 slot, and even the 5, are batting 300 right now, and they're all quality starters. So he's in a very tough situation. But if you get a 0 in that situation, it could really shift the momentum in this game.
Well, just talked about it earlier. Jamestown brought out their star studs of pitchers. That being Joseph Santos, the one with the 0 ERA, squeaky clean. Batavia responds with their own Garrett Beaver, staying at 6'3", 200-pound senior right-handed pitcher from Salisbury University. This past season at Salisbury, Beaver made 12 appearances for the Seagulls, posting a 2.12 ERA across 17 innings with 11 strikeouts as well. As you mentioned, has that very unique sidearm pitch, something I would call the scuba pitch when I played in Wii Sports. And those random computer players had that scuba pitch, and I never really liked it. So I got to imagine that a few of these guys don't have to like it. It's going to be unique. These pitches come from the far. I mean, if you're left-handed in the box, you're going to have a lot of pitches coming from the outside. They're all going to come in. And then as right-handed, they're all going to go towards the outside. So it's a really unique style of pitching, which changes how each batter has to approach this. It's not simple of a normal pitching routine where you come over top and it's, you can maybe do a screw curveball and change the direction. It's now this pitch, depending on which way you're hitting, really does matter going into these matchups.
Yeah, and a lot of times with sidearm pitchers, they favor more the spin rate than the actual pitch speed, just like you said, because usually, especially with left-handed pitchers, it's going inside on them. So with those sidearm pitchers, they gotta have like good spin rate on it. And Garrett Beaver's that kind of person. Like you mentioned before, had a save in one of his games. And right now, he is looking to do it tonight. In 3 innings, though. Only problem, though.
Now up for Jamestown, number 6, Eric Weeks. A single was caught stealing after that second one. And a walk. Garrett Beaver's first pitch, outside. Like you said about that spin rate, though, ball that's already moving in either direction, depending on how you see it from the batter's perspective. If you can control the spin rate, you're going to see crazy movement from their point of view. Deals here. That one sent over to right field. High and shallow. Jacob Vesco can't get it. That one hits the ground off the diving attempt. And it's only going to be a single. The runner doesn't go third. Vesco, it looked like, not sure, but I believe it did hit his glove, and he was going down hard towards the grass. Wasn't able to hang on to it if he had it for a brief moment. And it comes out when he makes contact. And that just results, though, in the runners holding up. So on the bags, CJ Dugan. Or no, I was correct. Grant Moore doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
it only goes one base.
Yeah, Grant Moore, I think, thought the ball was not going to be caught. So he was to be caught. And, of course, Vesco, I don't know if he just took like a late jump or he thought the second baseman was going to come and get it. But he had to really run at it and force a dive a little bit there. And if Moore wasn't starting to run back, he probably would be on third right now.
That ball was very, as much as it did have height, was very shallow down the first baseline. So those you can now see he kind of took a few steps more towards the first baseline. There's a wide open gap between center and right now. So if they are able to land it out there, that's definitely going to hit the grass. But he's definitely taken a few steps that way. But on that initial hit, yes, he had a far way to go to make it. And he didn't have James Quintero coming out because you need James Quintero at first, and you didn't have the second baseman who initially did not track it. So it was all up to Vesco on that diving grab.
Eventually. I worked the Niagara game this
1-2 count. Time called by the batter, being Blake Herman. It's the time he asked for. Beaver the pitch. That one doesn't get it. Now count moves 2-2. Beaver stared at it second, deals home. That one sent over to Inman. Makes the step on third to throw to first. Not in time. Ehrman able to make it to first. So runners stay at first at second. It's a different runner now at first and at second, but 2 outs is the situation.
But you did get the lead on a runner out right there. You're in the same situation. Runner at second, runner at first. So you're in the same situation now. You got 2 outs, so that limits a line drive to score.
Right now in the box, that one goes for a strike. Paul Dulanto sees it go by. Again, we mentioned these scuba-like throws, as I like to call them. Scuba-like pitches. I'll clarify that. That one too low. 1-1 count. Doesn't get the affirmation from the ump, but does from the crowd. It's up to you to determine who's more important, but 1-1 count. Looking to get the strikeout still to put an end to this. 2-1. That one again low to the box. Paul Dulanto in his first 3 plate appearances. Strikeout, strikeout, both looking, and a walk. Deal here. That one's right over the plate. Chef's kiss on that one. 2-2. 2 outs. And Beaver trying to wrap things up to what is still a long game ahead. We're only at the top of the 7th. And there it is. Good night for Dulanto. He's not happy, as you can see there, hanging at the bat or his helmet. Not going to snap it. Can't afford that one. But the score remains 8-6. Jamestown still down, and Batavia needs to get an extended lead here.
But
the gap now down 2.
They are arguing the call right now, though. We've seen a lot of coaches right now arguing with these calls right now.
Well, they know the stakes of this game.
Right, and now Joseph Santos is coming back into the game. Batavia Muckdogs need to find an answer for this. Obviously, it's a 6-8 game, but you can feel the momentum right now is shifted towards Jamestown's side. And right now, they got to get a run just to maybe release a little bit of that pressure for the Muckdogs.
Like you said, momentum is one thing that we're going to be talking about here a lot for all this. But momentum is one thing that just remains strong. You say it goes in Jamestown favor, but at the same time, I would say it's still fighting towards the Muckdog side, given the fact that they were able to get that quickly out, or quick 3 outs. Well, actually, I wouldn't really use quick to describe it, but they put up a fighting 3 outs, being a mixture of strikeouts and flyouts. And when you can just try to get something started, you can get back some momentum. They were able to reel some back in. So I want to say it's totally in Jamestown in favor. I would say we're back at the tipping point, still leaning towards Jamestown, but a lot to go on from here. Before we get things going, we'll show you the schedule on the right side of your screen here for the upcoming games for the Muckdogs. Tomorrow, hosting Buffalo Diesel, again, a 7-inning game as it is out of conference. Then hosting Newark, Saturday, 6:30. And then on Sunday, changes to 4:05, hosting Niagara. So 3 more straight at home. Then on the road for back-to-back games at Niagara Falls on Monday, Geneva on Tuesday, hosting Auburn on Wednesday, and then Olean, doubleheader, June 18th, Thursday at 5 o'clock. Again, doubleheader. It will be 7 innings due to the fact that it is a doubleheader from the rain makeup just yesterday against Olean. Now to bat, though, for Batavia, Jeremy Ramos. Ramos. Joseph Santos is dealing here with lots of speed.
Now we got a 1-2 count for Ramos. Santos now trying to get the punch out here. Ramos is trying to work the count.
1-2 count. That one fouled off over the netting, makes contact with the overhead. So 1-2 count. Staying alive, count again doesn't change. That one outside, so the count will change 2-2. Santos. That one sent between second and first. Jeremy reaches first. So nice little start. We talked momentum. That's one way to start momentum for the Muckdogs. And again, you hear the crowd getting into it, and that's what you want in these situations. Mention it again and again, and I'll mention it for another time, sounding like a broken record. But in these unique situations, you're going to need your crowd more than ever. That's another reason for why it's so important for home field advantage right now. Batavia leaning on their home crowd to get them juiced up. Evan Brock now in the box, though. Fly out, followed by a single, and a single, which he reached second. There's a steal attempt off the drop. Catch, does he get him? No, he won't. It was good placement on the throw. Not in time, though, just a few feet behind. One-0 count. A runner on second, scoring position. That one outside, can't find it. 2-0. Santos staring at second. No one sends that one to the home plate. The pitch, and that one's fouled off on the first baseline. 2-1 is now your count. Two one count, and that one sent towards the bullpen. Jamestown, and that one in foul territory, so count moves 2-2.
Yeah, and Grayson, no action in the bullpen right now. I think we might be seeing Santos versus Beaver for the rest of the game.
We might see, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some closers in the ninth, but for now, that one way outside. Catcher able to make a Olympic-rated snag. I'll give it a 10 for that. Able to prevent it from hitting the backstop and then the advancement of the runners for Batavia. Full count, payoff pitch, loading. The pitch. Inside, ball four. Now, add one more onto the bags. Evan Brock stands on first. Jackson Inman comes up to the plate. He had a strikeout followed by a single. Reached third off the error and a single as well.
And now we're seeing the pitching coach come out for Santos, trying to see if there's any action in the bullpen.
I think it's just a simple mound visit. Right now, it seems like maybe they're bringing a few players out there. You can see at least some of the guys are just in the bullpen moving around, but nothing coming from it. Fresh count coming up. Jackson Inman. And I would say fresh outs because there's no outs. Santos after the mound visit. A little bit of pep. We'll see if he's got a little bit of pep in his throwing arm. So he's trying to get Batavia still to only hang on to a 2-0 or 2 difference lead. Shows bunt, stealing attempt, both at third and second, not in time. And both runners advance. 2 now standing in scoring position. All played by base running coaches, that being, of course, Skips, Coach Trent. Skips over there on the third baseline, and Coach Trent over at first, but base running today has been exquisite. How's that for a vocab word? That one goes for a strike. 1-1 count. And you could maybe hear the fans through the microphone on that one. Lots of dismay. Santos to deal. That one's sent over to center field. That one's hitting the grass. That's another runner in. And that's a single for Inman. Runners now on the corners. And your score now, 9-6. Batavia extending the lead. Catcher coming out, signaling to his fellow teammates. Straight gibberish to me right now. I don't understand that, but
what it does is release the pressure a little bit. You got to run now. You can now play a little bit. The momentum is now starting to shift to you. You're getting the crowd going. You're getting the job done.
Like you said, relieves the pressure. Now it moves to a 3-run lead. Now up is Glenn Brooks. Swing and miss on his. He sees the first pitch go by. He liked it, wasn't able to find it though. Again, runners in the corners, no outs. Batavia trying to give Jamestown a taste of their own medicine to what they faced a few innings ago. Fouled off. Horn in the stands, heads up parking lot. Oh, 2 count now.
Pitch.
That one sent over to third. Gets over him! And that's another single. And another run in. Forget skipping rocks, skipping baseballs. That one stays low and then boom. Shock of a bounce over the third baseman. And he can't dunk because he can't reach that baseball. And that gets another single for Batavia. Cooper Romick now up. He's got 2 runners on and no outs. Single, double, and a walk in his first few appearances. His 4th coming up. That one gets over the plate for strike 1, 0-1 count. Strike 1, so 0-1 count. Santos. 0-2, foul ball. That one returns to the field of play after hitting the overhead. Rolls back out into the field. Oh, 2 count. That one sent over to short. Can he get it? He does. The play at third. Again, we'll get the out there. Does not need to apply the tag. It's a force out there, so 1 out, but still 2 runners on. So just a change of the runners. Jackson Inman comes off the bag now over on second. Glenn Brooks and Cooper Romick now on first. Luke Rabinski was the one now standing out on first. Messing myself up. Cooper Romick was the one out on first. Now up to bat as a pinch hitter for the Muckdogs, number 52, Brian Johnson. Excuse my mess up there. I was trying to read that name and had too many in my head. But again, Brian Johnson stepping in for Jacob Vesco. Luke Rabinski. Jarrett, you might need to step on like, geez, I can't talk.
And also right now, Brian Johnson is still looking for his first hit. He's had 3 games played. He started 2. He's still looking for that first hit. And hopefully in this situation, he could hopefully do it.
We'll see if that comes to fruition. Brian Johnson, 2 games started, 3 appearances, 4 at-bats. Again, like you said, hasn't recorded a hit. 2 RBIs. That one sent high, deep into left field. Now it's coming more shallow. And that's going to be caught for the second out. Lost into the overhead, looked a little deeper than I thought, but no, it was more shallow, so no runners advance off a tag up. 2 outs is now the situation. Now coming up, Jacob Vesco, as I predicted, should I say, a few moments ago, but it's still just on my sheet, and I wrote it in the wrong column. But Jacob Vesco, flyout, strikeout, flyout. His first 3 appearances. Again, 2 outs is your situation. 2 runners on, first and second. One of those, again, being in scoring position. Santos trying to get out of the jam that was created. Swing and miss for Vesco. 0-1 count. Swing and miss there. 0-2. One strike away, Santos. What was a jam now minimize the damage to 2 runs. It looked a lot worse, given that there was no outs, just 2 bats to go. That one fouled out, given the plays on the bases. Cooper Romick, who hit it out. Play was made at third, the put out, and then the fly out from Brian Johnson, who came in the pinch hit for Luke Rabinski. But now Jacob Vesco with the foul. That one outside, so the count moves 1-2. So we'll see a few more pitches before this part of the inning comes to an end. And still plenty of baseball. Only the bottom of the 7th. It looked like we were going to fly through this thing. Those first 2 innings went bang, bang. But then since then, long stretch and slow baseball. Stealings, runners, went to throw second, held on to it. Decided to look to third, but by the time he did that, didn't have the chance. Runners advanced, now 2 in scoring position, second and third accordingly. Count still now goes to 2-2. 2-2-2. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 balls. Rabinski. Jeez, Vesco. I'm messing myself up with this. Swing and a miss. And there brings an end to the 7th of the inning and my headache of trying to read names. But 2 runners left on. 2 runs scored for the Muckdogs. And their lead extends back to 4. So a much better of a safety net. And momentum maybe shifting their way heading into the final 2 innings here. We'll be back for the top of the 8th in just a few moments. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the top of the 8th. Garrett Beaver still out there on the mound. If you look at our scoreboard, 14 hits for the Muckdogs, 12 for the Jamestown, 3 errors for Jamestown, none against Batavia. 10-6 is your score heading to the top of the 8th. Jamestown was able to score 6 unanswered in the 6th, as you can see there. Since then, able to be held to a minimum for the top of the 7th by Garrett Beaver. And he's going to look to extend that to the 8th here. Still plenty of baseball to be played. That's going to be 2 more innings of baseball for you. I mean, that's self-explanatory, but nonetheless, that's still lots of time, lots of at-bats where things can change. We'll see how that goes here, though. First pitch for Beaver, too high. The box, Justin Bremner. That one does find the box, 1-1. That one can't quite find it, 2-1. Beaver on the delivery with that pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. That pitch stayed low towards the bottom left of the box. Swing and a miss as he went just too high. Couldn't get underneath it. Now 2-2 is the count. Beaver on the delivery with this pitch, and that one, swing and a miss on the outside.
And what a slider right there. It's like you say with the sidearm pitchers. Left-handers, it goes inside. Right-handers, it goes all the way to the other side of the box. And it's hard to tell where it's going to finish. That was a really good pitch by Beaver.
That one, just like as basically what you just said, that one going towards the outside and then just hooked. Absolutely broke further out of the reach. Bremner now up. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa. Mouthful of names that I can't pronounce in one literal name, so apologies there. But nonetheless, count moves 2-0. 2 straight balls. Beaver looking to get back in the count. That one can't find it, so 3-0.
Now the catcher going to his pitcher, talk about the situation, talk about what to do.
As you said, a little bit of a discussion. Just trying to get his man back in the game. Again, no one's warming up in the bullpen. There is human life over there, but no one actively on the practice mounds. Over for Jamestown, the same exact thing. And that one, the little talk helps. That one delivers over the plate, 3-1. Beaver looking to deal. He does. The pitch fouled off. Full count.
And coming back from a 3-0 count, like you say, Grayson, it's time to go gambling. We're looking for sevens here.
We'll see if he gets them. And there it is! 7th across the board. Sends him packing. Branson Lindquist up to bat. 3 straight strikeouts. So fresh count here, 2 outs. Branson Lindquist trying to get things going here in the top of the 8th. For Jamestown, that one's fouled off, so the count moves 0-1. Foul ball makes it 0-1 count. Beaver on the delivery. That one towards the outside. Try to get him to go there. Can't get him to swing. 8 batter, no swing. 1-1. Beaver on the delivery. That one's fouled off barely. Just about a couple of feet outside down past first base down the right field baseline. 1-2 count.
Now the crowd's getting into it a little bit. We got a 1-2 count, 2 outs for Beaver. Can he get the punch out here?
Let's see if Branson Lindquist ordered 2-day delivery from Amazon. He did. There's his package, and it's a strikeout. Swing and a miss. That's 3 straight Ks for Beaver. And that ends the top of the 8th. Muckdogs hanging on to a 10-6 lead. They look to extend it a little bit more heading to the bottom of the 8th. And then they're one more inning away from wrapping things up if they can keep the bats at bay from Jamestown in the top of the 9th. But we'll see you then. Welcome back to the bottom of the 8th. James Quintero starting things off here for potentially another run out of the Muckdogs offense. No one warming up in either bullpen. Strike 1 from Santos. 0-1 count. Delivery here, swing and a miss.
Come on, James.
Quickly moving to 0-2. James in his first 3 plate appearances. Single, walk, and a ground out. Trying to get back on the base, start a run. That one sent over to second baseman, picked up Throw to first in time for the play. Right now, Braden I comes up. Had a single walk and a ground out. Excuse me, I want to correct myself. So the stats from James Quintero had the single hit by pitch, then the fly out. Braden I had the single walk and ground out. Misread the wrong column. Geez, I did that in the past 2 innings with this team. I don't know why. It's my own team. We'll get things fixed. But again, Braden I trying to get any kind of run going. First one goes for a ball. This pitch. 2-0 count now.
Grayson, these are one of those hitter-friendly pitches. You usually want it as a batter, the 2-0 count, the 3-1 pitch, because they are looking for a strike right here.
That one fouled down the first baseline. So 2-1. The delivery here, outside, 3-1. Three-one count. Santos looking to keep this at bat alive. Ball 4, outside. So that's a free base for Braden I. That brings us to the top of the order, Jalen David. Ground out 2 singles and then a hit by pitch in his last go.
Great, so we'll take that as Muckdog fans, but I feel like other fans will probably have something to say about that pitch.
And now Braden I stands on first base, stare down at first. Santos being left-handed. That one inside for ball number 1. Did I miss something? Geez, Santos on the record says he's right-handed, but he's pitching left-handed, so not exactly sure if he's switch or just statistically written down incorrect, but he is left-handed for right now, for today at least. Count moves 2-0. 3-0, excuse me.
Glasses.
And that one finds the strike zone, so 3-1. The bat will stay a little longer, and you are right. I do need my glasses. 3-1 count. This stadium could hear a pin drop. That one sent over to center field. And it's going to be snagged for the second out. On the play, Grant Moore.
Grant Moore's had a lot of action this game. He feels like he's always out there on center field, trying to do everything he can. He was the reason why a lot of these tagged runners didn't run. He's a lot of the reason why play hits that would be hits or pop-outs right now. Grant Moore is trying to do everything he can to get his team to win.
His day will have to continue because he'll be in the next starting 3 for their lineup on offense at least. That one too high in the box, Jeremy Ramos. Left fielder for today. Fly out followed by a double. Fly out and then once more and a single. So 2 for 4 on the day. 1-0. Swing and miss. So the count moves to 1-1. Santos to deal. That's 2 inside. Had to back up his Ramos. Two 1 count. 2 outs. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Jamestown just looking for that final out to get back on offense and try to tie things up and kind of do a little bit of deja vu magic at the top of the ninth when they last played, but bigger ass than one run. Stared down at first, decides to go home. That one won't find, or late call. That's strike 3. And that's going to bring an end to the inning here. The strikeout in late style is going to bring an end. So now we move to the top of the ninth. And this is where the game could end right here. We might not need to see Batavia go up, but they will have the chance. On the mound still remains Garrett Beaver.
Yep, now that's left on their mind is to keep this lead going. Stop Jamestown's 6-game winning streak right now and maybe move up to the standings to at least second place, because we're not sure about how the tiebreaker is with them and Jamestown. And also Auburn's there. I don't know what happened in their results today, as I think they were playing today.
But again, this would bring a screeching halt to Jamestown, who have been red hot. Again, 8-1 record, like you said, 6-game winning streak. One of those including against Batavia, June 3rd, where they won 7-6 in the extras. But since then, they've been able to either dominate the competition, won 10-6 in Newark, barely beating Niagara 2-1, barely or easily defeating Niagara Falls 13-5, and then Olean Oilers went into a long battle, still came out on top 15-11, and then barely beating out Niagara Falls just a day ago 6-5.
And Grayson, one thing I forgot to mention, which I actually forgot about this, the game got postponed. So now I'm not 100% sure what the standings are going to look like, if we're going to see some movement today. But, however, one thing that does matter is that Batavia Muckdogs have a chance to end their 6-game streak.
Well, from what I printed out, Auburn still currently sits at a 5-1 record, that being a winning percentage of 8.33. 8.89 for Jamestown being 8-1. Batavia currently sits at third in the West Division at 4-2 with a 6.67 winning percentage. Elmira right behind them at 5-3. Olean Oilers 4-5. And Niagara Ironbacks 3-4. And rounding things out, Niagara Falls Americans, Geneva Red Wings, Newark Pilots. That one sent high towards short. Jalen David on the snag. So the first at bat, that being Matthew Dumas, hits up a fly out. And now, just like that, that's 1 out and 2 outs away. And here comes Skips to the mound. And no, take back everything I said. Again, I just look away for a snippet. And, of course, every time I seem to look away this game, someone's gone into the bullpen. Because I've been keeping my eyes out there consistently. And, yeah, we have a pitching change. So Garrett Beaver comes off a very successful outing, not allowing any runs to his name. Able to get 1 out with the assistance of his team off the flyout from Jalen David. And now in, famous number 6. As Muckdog fans, you know him all too well. Eric Woodley, the closer. Gonna round things out here. Eric Woodley, if we look at his stats, squeaky clean, 0.00 ERA. 4 appearances, has a registered loss, and is one registered save as well. Pitched total of 7 innings clean, 7 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts allowed. 7 strikeouts thrown. Eric Woodley, though, dangerous on the mound. And infamous for closing out games here for the Muckdogs. Jarrett, what do you think of this situation? Now for Jamestown, do they have much hope?
Well, also another thing that we got to mention, this goes out to Garrett Beaver. We also got to remember that these are college kids. Could he have probably finished the game? Yeah, he probably could have. But you also got to realize that these kids are college kids. Maybe their coach is asking them, hey, if you're going to close them, pitch them a certain amount of pitches. But now we're going to talk about our closer, Eric Woodley. He's the man that always gets the job done. He's got a 4-run lead right now, 1 out. You're not in like their big part of their lineup. Obviously, they are getting there though, but you will have 2 outs when you finally get ready to bat against Moore.
I don't think it's really a situation of pitch count. I think it's just really a situation of I like the fact that we have 1 out. Let's make it sure that this is where the game ends. They brought in Woodley just to make sure that there is no shot that Jamestown comes back in. And just to correct you, Tito Kiefer, is now up to bat for Jamestown. Single, followed by a flyout. This is his 4th plate appearance. And Eric Woodley again always likes to drag near the dirt for his windup. He brings heat. As you see it there, that goes for a strike. 1-2. Tito Kiefer trying to keep this game alive. Has to get 4 runs as Jamestown. That one sent over to right field in shallow territory, so that will be a single. That's going to play for Jamestown. That's what they need. Kiefer able to keep hope, somewhat hope, should I say, alive in this given situation. But man now stands on first, and we've reached the top of the order. Grant Moore up to bat, walk, fly out, 2 singles on the day for his 5th go-around in the carousel. Moore takes the first one for a strike. Again, it's just the thing of why you bring in Eric Woodley is you leave Garrett Beaver out there for so long. These pitchers, these hitters, they just become accustomed to it. You always do that whenever you see a pitcher for such a long stance out on the mound. You become accustomed to their pitching speeds, their motions. You try to figure them out, and then you bring in such a different pitcher. You go from a sidearm scuba to Eric Woodley, who is bringing the heat. It's just going to catch you off guard. A lot of these hits, those people out in opposite field have to look alive. That one towards second. Could we see a double play? The play at first. He's not in there. Gets by Quintero. The throw to second. It could be there. In time. And there you go. So a double play off the air of the throw still works out in Batavia Muckdogs' favor. And there you go. Final score, 10-6. Batavia stays fighting. And that's how they do it. Stay in it for the long haul. Looked like Jamestown would have a chance to come in fighting. But no, final score once more, 10-6, Batavia Muckdogs on top. Jarrett, take me through any of your thoughts for this game.
Yeah, they never gave him a chance to come back. Every single time where they started like clawing back, we go back to that 6-run inning that Jamestown had. They fought back. They scored another 2 runs and then another 2 runs to make it 10-6. And the bullpen did a really good job in that situation. Obviously, they had that hiccup with the 6 runs, but the closer, Garrett Beaver, came in and got the job done. What a performance. They now have the Diesel, which is an expedition game. All right, folks, we had a 10-6 game here. As we get ready for the next points of the game, tomorrow they do have the Buffalo Diesel. It's going to be an expedition game, so you're going to see 7 innings, but we will be in the broadcast covering the game. You probably will see a lot of other players gain their opportunity to shine, so be ready to watch that. And right now, 10-6 game, as we're trying to get the graphic up for you for the scorecard. And there it is. Jamestown now goes to 8-2, and Batavia now going to 5-2. Grayson, do you got anything to say to end off this broadcast?
So again, like you said, we look at the final scoreboard there. 10-6, 14 hits for the Muckdogs, 13 hits for Jamestown, 3 errors. That final play will be registered as an error at the shortstop. On that play, Jalen David, but still got the double play nonetheless. So why not look at the negatives, but just going to have to be informationally correct there on that. But that's your final scoreboard. That's your final box score. Looking over everything, we'll take you through what we have coming up for this baseball team. Again, your Batavia Muckdogs take home the win, move to a 5-2 record, halting the streak from Jamestown. They now record their first loss after going 6 wins straight. Batavia now gets their streak extended to 3 straight. We'll show you the quick schedule on the right side of your screen here. Your schedule, again, reminder, Friday versus Buffalo. That's going to be a 7-inning game as it is out of conference. Newark, Saturday. Niagara, Sunday. Then they go back on the road. Niagara Falls on Monday. Geneva on Tuesday. Both away, then come back home for Auburn on Wednesday. Again, to remind you folks, Thursday, June 18th is the makeup for Only, and just yesterday where we had it canceled off due to passing thunderstorms. Again, it never did rain, but at the same time, had to call it off just due to the surrounding storms that were building up. But nonetheless, that's not what we're talking about. It starts at 5 o'clock. Those are 7-inning games, back-to-back. Again, 5 o'clock, 7-inning games on Thursday, June 18th. We'll round it out here. Again, your final score, 10-6. Batavia Muckdogs taking home the win. Again, my name is Ben. Grayson Natale. Still will be tomorrow, but hopefully it doesn't change. Alongside me, color commentator Jarrett Campbell. We wish you a good night, and thank you for joining us.
See you later, folks.